Habaragani, everybody, what's the news? What the news today is Harambe for the holidays.
Happy Kwanzaa to you, everyone. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I'll stop talking, Corey.
Happy Kwanzaa to you from the blind guy,
his wife,
their life. Welcome to our live stream Kwanzaa. Harambe for the holidays is a very special annual event that we do every year on the day after Christmas, December 26th. And we focus on not just celebrating the symbols of Kwanzaa, but showing through storytelling and creativity and live stage play productions how you can live out the principles in your everyday life. Now, with that being said, it's not just a stage play that happens one day a year. Harambe for the holidays is an ongoing project of Atumpan Edutainment and several collaborators. And this starts off with me. I write a play script based on a folktale that we tell in our repertoire, and we take that folktale and we turn it into a stage play with dialogue, costumes, props, the full gamut that you would see when you go to any other theatrical production.
Well, Corey, we do have people that are ready for this theatrical production. So already in the chat, we have Alzalia Woodard. Good evening, she says. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you.
They're telling us good evening. Phil Baldo Jr., good afternoon, all. Now, for those of you that don't know, Corey cannot see, and so I always read all of the comments for that reason. And so, hey, Phil Baldo Jr. is saying, good afternoon, all. Fan Brit is saying, happy Kwanzaa.
Denise, I got my coffee.
Now, Fan Brit is a performer. You are going to see some of these people on stage. Carrie Thurman is a performer. Peace and light. So happy to be here for this. We're so happy to have you, Carrie. She said, hey, fam, and people are chatting with each other. We've got Kai Henry saying, happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, Kai.
So yeah, people are excited, guys. We are so excited to have you here. We have so many wonderful guests that are going to be here sharing in this Kwanzaa with us today, because it's not an individual effort, it's a year-long effort.
Now, you'll see several different aspects of that year-long effort. For example, there's a dance in the story Successful Day of Fishing that we use called Sofa. And Sofa was actually something that we learned in preparation for a show that the day program, our community partners, Cam Kelly and Bonnie Barnes with the day program, they produced that show in February, and we used Sofa as part of the opening for that particular show. We also did the story several times in Jamestown, in Williams. So
you're talking about the Successful Day of Fishing story, that's the highlight of today's Kwanzaa show.
Right.
Because, you know, we always do our show as a stage play. That's the way we celebrate Kwanzaa with Atumpan, with Corey and Laquita, with our family, with our dance theater. We celebrate it as a stage play. You know, one of the Kwanzaa principles is
Kuumba.
Creativity. Now, keep in mind, guys, Kwanzaa is not about the symbols, it's not about the unity cup or the candles. It's really about you living those principles every day of unity, self-determination,
collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith.
Yes, and so that's the reason why we are going to be sharing with people from around the continent, with people, you guys right here, you're going to be sharing with us as you chat. We're going to have a full dialogue. So shine bright, Corey, just so that you know, she's saying, happy Kwanzaa, everyone. So excited to see the show.
Happy Kwanzaa, shine bright.
Yes, CH is saying happy Kwanzaa. Kadisi Wilder is saying, Habaragani, we love you all. Happy Kwanzaa.
Habaragani, what's the news? It's Kwanzaa.
Yes, you're going to hear that in the show, guys. In that opening poem, Habaragani, when we play the recorded parts, because
this is a mixture of recorded parts that feature some behind the scenes looks at how we accomplished what we accomplished. And keep in mind that this is a collaboration between Atumpan Edutainment, the day program, and we actually had a summer workshop series where we learned several dances like Fulafare that you will also see in the story Successful Day of Fishing, that was taught by master dancer and master drummer and the founder of Asase Ya in dance theater in New York City. So it's been an East Coast collaboration all the way, and they were crossing the water to meet a fantastic person from Ghana today. And we have our
wait, you cannot say a fantastic person from Ghana
I don't want to give away the big secret.
Yeah, you can, guys. We have Prince Ayoko.
I was trying to say with Prince Ayoko. I wanted them to be surprised when I said Prince Ayoko.
Look, Prince Ayoko is backstage. He is royal. He is ready. And when we say royal, it's not just a name.
It's a title.
It's his lineage, his heritage. He's a prince. And the other nice thing is that he's a builder, he's a welder, and he shares with us on his YouTube channel all of the different talents that he has, not just him, but like his employees, his workers, people that work with them. And it's present day Ghana. So that's what you are going to be getting this year. Not like ancient history or anything like that. We're living in today. You know, nowadays we are here. Corey, Hillary says, so excited to be here virtually.
Thanks, Hillary, for joining us today.
Thank you for still pushing through this. For putting this on. Absolutely. We can't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Copyright.
Oh, okay. Bonnie B. Now, Bonnie B is a drummer. She said.
Bon Diesel.
Hey.
On the day program.
So, guys, some of the music that you hear in the sessions that we had to record and then show you because we couldn't do the stage play in person with you guys, you're going to hear Bonnie on the drums. So when you hear some of the music, it was created by her. She's a participant. She is a creative, and she has several YouTube channels. The Day Program. She's one of the founders. The Day Program means drumming, arts, yoga, DAY. So, she and Cam are phenomenal. He's the drummer. She's the artist. Yogic Rhythms, YOGIK, is her
yoga, her connection. That's her yoga. That's her yoga instructor or instruction classes. That's how they call them. It's yogic rhythms. Yogic rhythms is how you can find Bonnie's yoga classes, whether it's virtually or it's in person.
Guys, this is live. Y'all know what's happening. Technical stuff. Let's plug this thing up so we don't lose power. All right, so let's keep moving forward and let's see who's next. Lisa Jones, happy Kwanzaa.
Mrs. Jones.
No, this is a Kwanzaa. We have a vocalist for the day. We don't need help, guys. It's not any hate. I'm just saying you are creative. Your voice is great, but we have a vocalist for today that will be singing the national anthem. She'll be coming in live. Sonya with a Y. She's going to be joining us. Happy Kwanzaa. We are watching from Fairfax County, Virginia. We usually attend in person, but we're excited about the online experience. I'm so happy that you could make it this way because this year is different, but this year is happening.
And we want to just make sure that we thank our cast and crew. You'll see this is a collaborative effort of several different people, especially our young people of different cultures and different abilities, where they get to come and shine and be their best, put their best foot forward and their talents forward, regardless of their different abilities. And they also get a chance to be in a non-judgmental environment. So enjoy what they present today as you get a mix of ethnicities, of different ages, because we'll see some people that are 83, 84, 85.
They are not, you know what? Stop talking about these people. Tessa Ellis, hey there. She says, happy Kwanzaa, and guess who else is here? Kimberly Jones Fox. Hey, y'all, miss you guys.
Miss Falk, how you doing? Kim Falk, how you doing?
Yes, we miss you too. Little mama ain't so little anymore.
Yeah.
Her daughter, guys, used to be a performer with Atumpan, and she was 3 years old at the time, full of energy, oh my goodness, an intellectual at that age. So,
and one of the best memories I had, she was dancing, and she accidentally got hurt while dancing. That girl performed through the pain. And she was 3 years old. She was crying, but she was still cutting the step.
Never
stopped dancing. And when she was done, she came over and she was still crying, but she did a great job. So, hey, Kim, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And then the Day Program is saying greetings. Visit their YouTube channel. Those are the people that you are going to hear adding to the music. So this production is phenomenal because of you all. TRS Kids, happy Kwanzaa. We love you all. One of our favorites, TRS Kids. Check out their channel, a performer. We're theatrical people. We have theatrical friends. TRS Kids is no different. So lovely to have you here. The day old vet too. Guys, this ain't no old vet. This is my mama and daddy.
That's my mama-in-law.
Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. Mama C. So my mom is watching. Hey, y'all better tell a friend. We also have the day program saying Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. Marissa Easter saying that's right. Inclusivity is key. Thank you for that, Marissa, because we know that we are here in the States and everybody's here with us. Everybody wants to learn. Everybody wants to share. And we do invite them in and provide those opportunities.
Definitely giving everybody a stage, an opportunity to be on stage, to put their talents forward wherever we have an opportunity to do so.
Candy Staten, hello fam, hello to you.
Sweet like candy.
Candy.
Ow!
Fan Britt says the show must go on. Carrie Thurman, big salute to Mama. That's my mama.
Carrie Thurman is also a percussionist with the day program. You hear her musical talents on some of these rhythms as well.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Carrie is a phenomenal musician. She was there during the summer workshop series, so that this year the day program was organizing the 757 Unity Drum Circle. When you get a chance, Google it. 757, those three numbers, Unity Drum Circle. It's or you can go to our Instagram, the day program's Instagram, and you can see all of the coverage that was done over this summer during the pandemic. We were all there getting it in. Philip Waldo Jr. says today is a global event. Absolutely.
Yes, global event. Kwanzaa is not just celebrated here in America. It's celebrated by Africans in Canada, the Caribbean, on parts of the continent, and Africans that are in Europe. It's celebrated by Africans all around the world. So it's a global event celebrated by millions of people every year for 7 days from December 26th to January 1st. But again, Kwanzaa is not about just those 7 days. Kwanzaa is not about the symbolism of the candles. Those all are there to remind us to live out those principles of unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith each and every day of our life to the best of our ability.
So I'm doing tech work in the back, Corey, but just so that you know, we also have Charlie Snowden, another vocalist, saying, hi, Corey, love y'all. We love
Charlie
you
Snowden,
too.
thanks for joining us today.
We have Chanel Jones saying, happy Kwanzaa.
Another Mrs. Jones.
Yes, and then of course, Fan Britt saying, hey, Marissa, that's my cuz. Get ready, Marissa, because you know your cousin is phenomenal.
At the age of 75.
Fan Britt is not
still
75. You know what? Let's move forward. Our own children, our Watoto, are saying greetings.
Watoto means children or child in Swahili, East Africa.
Yes, they are saying greetings, happy Kwanzaa, everyone. And don't forget, if you have not hit the like button or a thumbs up, please do that. And then if you have not subscribed, absolutely do that as well. That way you can continue to receive phenomenal content. You know who's in the house. They're saying, hey to my favorite family. You guys
Supernova. Supernova in the house. Just got back from Ghana not too long ago. So we're glad that you're here with us, Supernova.
Yes, and Corey, unfortunately, guess who's still acting up? Kimberly Falk Jones says, tell Corey to come get his boy Tony.
Tony, he's still cutting up. Tell Tony I'm gonna meet him. And have a meeting, and I'll get him straight.
So we have TRS Kids shouting herself out. So guys, read the comments. It says Shaddy 5-Pack, TRS Productions, TRS Kids, Malik on the Move. Those are all the platforms. TRS Kids is busy, guys. It's not just TRS Kids. It's TRS Productions. One of their offshoots is TRS Kids. They're saying, here, wishing you all a fantastic show. Happy Kwanzaa. Danielle Breton is saying, Pittsburgh family is here. Okay.
No, we're not going there today.
Oh.
We're not going there today about Pittsburgh. I mean, unless you shouting out where you live, that's one thing. But I don't want to hear nothing about no Steelers.
Because I think that's what they're really doing.
Exactly. Fenice told them to sneak that in. But just remember when y'all ran to Washington, Wow.
All right. Well, anyway, Cynthia Brooks says greetings from Portsmouth, Virginia. Corey, we are ready
to get started.
Let's move on. We got a lot of people coming in. People will continue to come in and say, so I say we go ahead and get started with our program today, our Kwanzaa, what do you call it? Kwanzaa Fun, our Blacknificent event. What do you even say about this?
This is our Black Excellence event. It's all about Harambe for the holidays, pulling together in unity, Today is Umoja. The first principle of Kwanzaa is Umoja, which means unity. But of course, we cannot move forward without paying homage to those ancestors who went before us to make it possible. We will do a pouring of libation where I will take the Kikombe Che Umoja and actually take the unity cup and pour water onto the plant. The plant represents the legacy that is growing from the ground, or the seeds or the roots, which are our ancestors. So we're going to pour libation. And as we pour libation, we invite you to participate by typing in the name of an ancestor you want honored into our live chat.
This way we can honor them because we will be calling their names. You know, Lisa Jones, Corey, she mentioned that they come to the show every year. I think we were talking to them after the show last year.
Right.
And she says her mom, Frances Binion, is so excited about this online experience as well. She says, Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa to you, Mom.
You already know, Corey. Robin and Harmony say Habaragani. These are
Umoja.
Yes, they've been on the stage with us. We love them. Robin, thank you. Zenobia says she's getting away from Christmas and about to start learning about Kwanzaa. You don't even have to, Zenobia. You are already doing it. You've gone. You know, Kwanzaa is about celebrating the African culture and heritage. You just went to Ghana and you're trying to go back very soon. So you are already doing it. You just, skip right to the chase. So Corey, I'm going to give you the water for libation. Here
now,
you are.
You able to pour?
Oh, I can pour.
Yeah, we'll
yes.
let you pour. You have the cup?
Yes, I do have the cup. So what I'll do right now is I'm going to see if I can get us some background music, Corey. I'm not sure that I can, but we had a phenomenal person to send us a rendition. Can you talk about that? And I'll see what I can do here.
Jennifer Scott is a wonderful instructor of violin and piano. She's our children's personal music instructor, and she's a very talented.
Wait, you got to shout it out. She teaches piano. She teaches violin. I think she teaches a couple of other things, but she's an orchestra instructor. The lady is phenomenal.
She's an orchestra instructor, and she's a phenomenal performer and a phenomenal person. So she's provided some violin music for us to actually play underneath the libation. And once you hear it start, let us know in the live chat if you can catch the melody of what she's playing. Because again, this lady is phenomenal. Jennifer Scott, a phenomenal violinist and a phenomenal pianist and a phenomenal orchestra teacher.
So let's go to her.
So right now, again, we're going to be ready to pour libation. Pouring libation is not what you think it is. We do different forms of libation all the time. If you ever seen somebody light a memory candle at an event such as a wedding or family reunion, type that in the live chat. So type in the live chat some other ways that you've seen people pour libation. And I know that one of the most common ones, people say pouring one out for the boys that ain't here. That is a form of libation as well. So yes, pouring libation.
And we already have people's names in the chat. So also remind them that when we pour libation, we're going to be honoring people as they type their names in.
So again, we're going to pour libation, like Lakuta said. We'll pour libation and then we'll honor those ancestors whose names that you're typing into the live chat so that we can make sure that their memory is not forgotten. So again, libation is just a way to remind us of those ancestors who made it possible for us to be here today. And think of somebody that's close to you that really, really had an impact on your life. Because when I think of my uncle, well, not some of my uncles, because my mom would argue that they weren't positive impacts, but they were great influences.
Wait, who was not a positive impact?
So, my uncles, and we know about uncles, right, Phil Waldo Jr. We know how uncles are. We know what uncles do. We know what they teach the kids behind the parents' back. We know what they allow the kids to get away with. Uncles are sometimes worse than grandmas when it comes to letting kids get away with stuff. So, yeah, but you think about that auntie, that uncle, that neighbor, that teacher, that parent, that grandparent that had a positive impact on your life to shape who you are today as we pour libation and honor those ancestors. Lakuta, are you ready?
I think I'm ready. I'm going to try to carefully lift this unity cup. I don't know that I can. I just fill this unity cup with water. I think I'm going to pour from this bottle of water because some things might collapse, and this is live, and we want to keep things cute.
You don't want to see us getting electrocuted online.
No, we don't want.
So are you ready, Lakuta?
Yeah, I'm going to open up the music by that was played by Miss Scott. This is by Miss Jennifer Scott, and this is wonderful. So let's see if you guys can hear it out there. Of course, I'm going to play it so that we can hear it going. Corey, just so that you know, Jara Clark, she was in last year's Harambe for the Holidays. She was a part of this summer's 757 Unity drum circles, dancing and participating. Her children were there. It's a family affair, guys. She says, hey, fam, Peace to the Day program. Thank you, Tribe, for all you do. Thank you so much as well, Jara. We love you. Thank you. So, Corey, let's see. I'm going to see if I can play it. And if so, oh, yeah, I can.
Today we want to pay homage to those ancestors who are going before us through the pouring of libation. And we start our pouring of libation by thanking the Most High Creator, whom I call God and goes by many names. We thank you today by saying, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
And that means thank you, great Heavenly Father, in the Yoruba language of Nigeria and West Africa. We want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for those ancestors that made it possible for us to be here today. We want to thank you for those Africans on the continent of Africa, those salt of the earth people, the royalty that gave us the culture that we brought forward today in America. We say, Oshe Baba.
And that's your cue to also say Oshe Baba. Oshe Baba.
We want to thank you for those ancestors who went through the travesty of the transatlantic slave trade. Some of them choosing to give their lives to the ocean, some of them actually surviving and going into bondage to recreate the African culture in a new, strange land. We want to thank you for their strength and for their perseverance. And we say, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
We want to thank you for those freedom fighters, the Harriet Tubmans, the Sojourner Truce, the Frederick Douglasses, the 54th Regiment of Massachusetts, who fought to secure the freedom from slavery, the bondage of slavery. We thank them by saying, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
We want to thank all those civil rights leaders, the Booker T. Washingtons, the W.E.B. Du Boises, the Fannie Lou Hammers, the Coretta Scott Kings, the Rosa Parks, the Martin Luther Kings, the Marcus Garveys, the Malcolm X's. We want to thank them all by saying, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
We want to thank you for each and every ancestor that has poured something into us just as we pour into this plant. By saying, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
I want to first honor my ancestor by honoring my father, the late Frank Staten. He poured a lot into me as a young man on how to be a loving and kind father, a loving and kind husband, a loving and kind person to the community around me. And we say, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
We want to pay homage to Miss Fredina Scrivens, my wife's grandmother. She was a very creative woman, a songstress in her own right, very loving and compassionate. And we say, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
We want to say thank you, Heavenly Father, for Christopher Scrivens, my wife's grandfather, who was a hard worker, who's a family man. And we say, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba.
And at this time, we're going to call out some of the names of the ancestors that are coming into the live chat.
Yeah, so we are going to start with Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and we all say,
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We also want to call out Miss Stella Edwards.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We are also going to call the name of Alemzahai, our Ethiopian queen warrior.
Yes, Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. Alemzahai, she's our Ethiopian queen warrior. She helped so many people there on the in her country. We knew her personally. We loved her. We still love her. Our ancestors, William and Maggie Roundtree.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We also have Banks and Pearl Staten, George and Edna Johnson, Terry Snowden, Jane Cox, Cheyenne Lee.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We also have my grandmother, another grandmother, Lydia Conyers. We say,
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We also have Geraldine Moore and Shirley Williams.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We have here Martha Brooks, another grandmother, my own. Oshe Baba. We also have these ancestors, Charles and Carolyn, Stanley, and Toby.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We also have here Dennis and Jackie Westbrooks.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We pour libation in honor of these people. If you have any other ancestors that you'd like to honor at this time during the libation, we ask you to put their name in. We will call their names. We have elders here from Jara Clark, my elders in the Davis and Dyer family.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. We also have here Moses Grandy, Elder O. Robinson Sr. This is Lisa Shepherd's father, and Otello Lawrence Welch, her grandmother.
Oshe Baba.
Oshe Baba. If you have any other ancestors that you would like for us to honor at this time, we appreciate it. And then for those that have gone named and unnamed,
but have not been forgotten, we want to pour and we say, Oshe.
So we do have Kathy Winstead. Oshe
Baba.
Baba.
Oshe.
Oshe
Baba.
Baba. She has their dear husband, Harold Winstead Jr., Francis Winstead, his mother, my grandmother, Rosa Baker Wright, my mother's Emily Brown Wright, Patricia Weaver Wright. We also have Jara Clark's great-grandmother, Gloria Jean.
Oshe.
Oshe.
Baba.
Baba.
Oshe.
Oshe.
Baba.
Baba.
And again, to those who were named, and those who were unnamed but not forgotten, we say, Oshe Baba. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for allowing those ancestors to pour to us, just as we poured libation today. So thank you very much for joining us today for Harambe for the holidays.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everybody that is joining us today for this phenomenal celebration. It's normally a live show. It's still a live show, really live this year because all of you are here. All right, Corey, what's next?
We cannot go forward with any event without first acknowledging our past, and we do that by the singing of the national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, by none other than the fabulous vocalist herself. We have been blessed with the presence of a wonderful singer. Everybody give it up for Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle.
I got you.
Get my
Everybody, let's give it up for Sonya with the Y.
All right, Sonya with the Y. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa to you.
You got the people all excited.
I know. People are going to give us, you're going to give us a selection, your rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing. So Sonya, the stage or the screen is yours. Go ahead and bless us with the song.
All right, here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Lift every voice and sing till heaven earth and ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Amen. 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 Thank you. I don't think I can hear me. I think I went out. Yeah, I think I went out.
Hey, Sonya, we can hear you.
I couldn't hear you guys. I couldn't hear you guys.
I know.
Yeah, let's do it again. Woo! That's my sister-in-law.
Corey, no, Corey, it's not sister-in-law, it's sister-in-love, okay? We don't.
Yeah, that's right. Sister-in-love. Sister-in-love.
Yeah, sister-in-love.
Now, I'm gonna tell you how much Sonya is fronting right now. What state are you coming here joining us today from? What state?
Florida.
Now, she's in Florida with a scarf and she got hot cocoa looking like it's cold. She was like, it's 63 degrees. That's a 63. It's
No,
like,
53, 53, 53,
53. Okay. Well, Sonya, that was absolutely beautiful.
People in the chat I'm just going to let you know what they're saying. Of course, you were automatically getting applauses. Sid the Cool Kid Antoine. You also had Zenobia Ridley saying, greetings, my sister. Of course, our kids, yes, Aunt Sonya, you better sing. And of course, Shonda Brooks says, welcome, sis, you better sing. That girl can sing, says Philip Waldo Jr. Bernice was saying, thank you, Sonya with the Y. That's your YouTube channel, Sonya with the Y. I know you're going to be uploading very soon and very soon. Guys, Sonya with the Y, one thing that she does is she always sings happy birthday to people. And so that is one of the potential things on her channel that she's going to be doing. So check her out. And of course, get your request in. We have Zenobia really saying, very nice. Shonda Brooks saying, yes. Carrie Thurman, drop the mic, Sonya. So people are giving you applause, love. We got everybody.
Bless you.
Clapping. And thank you for letting us know that you couldn't hear us because we were over here screaming, going crazy. So LaShonda Brooks said, we couldn't hear y'all. We can hear Sonya. So we came back and you couldn't hear us. Kuji Kelly said, great job. Later on, guys.
Hey, Kuji Kelly, that's Cam Kelly's sister, a master drummer from the Harambe from the Holidays, joining us from New York. All right.
Yes. So all the way from the Netherlands, just got back from Ghana, and on his way back is my thoughts on everything. He says, nice, Sonya with the Y. So everybody's has really enjoyed you today.
Well, Sonya, we thank you for joining us today. We're going to put you backstage, and you can join the broadcast later. We're going to put you backstage.
Did you have any other questions for us, Sonya? Anything about...
Any last words you want to say to the audience?
Yeah.
Well, first I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Miss you. Love you. I just want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity. I've actually learned a lot through you guys. So about my Black culture and history because I wasn't into that. So thank you so much. I've learned a lot and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to try to make that trip to Ghana as well. So I'm really looking forward to making that trip as well. So because all the people that I follow. Who is it? I know what's the two that you got me following now.
Bodemaya.
Yes, and then what's the other couple?
Living My Best Life in Ghana.
Yeah, Living My Best Life. Yeah. So I follow.
And then you know what? Another one that's coming on right after you is Prince Ayoko. So once you see him, you're gonna be like, wait, I gotta follow this Prince too, because he's like a regular person and a Prince. and a philosopher, and I mean, he's just a lot of things. Let's just say that, okay? Just so that you know, expect to go is giving you applause. Shine Bright is saying amazing, and it's drawn out like that, so you know she didn't say, "Oh, that's amazing." She said amazing. That ending, you really brought the fire. That was beautiful.
Thank you, bless you, sister.
We love you very much. We thank you for taking time today.
A cold day in Florida.
We thank you very much. Now you promised.
Wait, no, why she done pulled the scarf up over her face? Is getting me putting on gloves. You know what? We gotta get rid of you.
Now, Sonya, can you finish with that big finale you normally do on your YouTube channel, the back flip into the pool?
Say that again, Corey.
Can you finish with the big finale that you're going to be doing on your YouTube channel every day, the back flip into the pool?
Am I going to have the back of the...
See how she hard of hearing now that you're trying to get her to jump into that pool, right?
I said you're going to do a back flip into the pool for your big finale.
No, Corey, I'm going to mess my hair up. Come on now. I'm going to mess my hair. Well, if it wasn't done, it's done, so I can't, do it now. So.
Okay, so just so you know, on your outro, we can't just put you backstage because Zenobia Ridley says she would like to hear more. So can you sing goodbye or sing to us? I'm not getting in the pool because I'm getting my hair, not messing up my hair, but I gotta go. I don't know. You tell me.
I just think I don't know. I don't know. I'll give you a little piece of something. I don't even know. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. And no matter how you feel, speak a word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord.
Go ahead, girl.
Woo! All right. Thank you for the encore. We can't do that when we at the theater, so I appreciate it. Thank you for the encore.
So, Sonya, we're going to put you backstage, and we thank you for joining us as we get ready to bring in our next guest.
All right. We'll see you next time. Love you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
We're about to do virtually, what a lot of us would love to be able to do physically. We're going to jump all the way from the United States of America to the continent of Africa, the motherland, as we visit Ghana. This next person is deserving of an intro that many of us are familiar with, KRS-One. This is lecture number 2 in my philosophy. Number 1 is poetry. You know it's me. This next person is a philosopher in his own right. And he's a very, very talented builder, but he's also a prince. He's a prince in Ghana. He is none other than royalty himself, Prince Ayoko.
All right, everyone, give it up for Prince Ayoko. Hello, welcome,
Aquaba.
Thank you. And happy Kwanzaa to all our families in the diaspora and in the whole world, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, and the whole world. Happy Kwanzaa.
Thank you so much, Prince. We're so excited to have you here. Can you hear us okay? We just want to make sure you can hear us and we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. And Zenobia really is saying, welcome, my brother. Already, oh my goodness. Yes, Prince Ayoko, I love watching your videos with my mother. That's our children typing that because they watch your videos too.
Yes.
And so, of course, we've got other people welcoming you. We're going to jump right in with the questions, Prince Ayoko, because today is a Kwanzaa celebration, and that means that we are celebrating African culture around the world for those of us that are not there in Africa. You are there in the country of Ghana, one of the best countries in the world. There are 54 of the best countries in the world, but you're in one of them.
We'll say you were the number 1.
All right, you're number 1. And I say 54 because it's 54 African countries.
Right.
So you're there on the continent right along with Love Migrate. She's got all the love and heart that she's sending out. So she's welcoming you. Now, Carrie is telling us that she does hear some feedback, Prince Ayoko. And so I don't know I'm going to see, let's see, if there's anything else we can do.
Do you have any other devices in the background that are playing music or anything?
No, I don't have any device in the background. Can you hear me?
Yes.
When you are talking, we don't hear it. So I'm going to mute my mic, and then you say something, and we'll see if we can hear you, because we do have Waldo Jr. welcoming.
Okay.
And then my thoughts on everything. My thoughts on everything said the sound is not clear. Is there a fan? Oh, Carrie said it's us. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but something. I think they're messing us up because you're coming in from Ghana, Prince. I don't know.
So Prince, can you tell everybody about how you became a prince? Tell everybody your role as a prince in Ghana.
Come again, please.
Okay, so if you can just talk about your experience as a prince in Ghana. You know, some people, they think a prince is someone in a castle or something. Tell us about your lifestyle. What is life like in Ghana, where you are today?
Okay. First of all, I thank you so much for this special invitation, and I send my warmest and my season's greetings to our families who are in this chat room. I send my greetings to our entire brothers and sisters in the diaspora in Ghana and, you know, in Asia, in Europe, and the whole world. First of all, my birth name is Salifu Dokurugu. My birth name is Salifu Dokurugu. My father was the late king of Myolgu, who ruled Myolgu for over 40 years. And my name, Dokurugu, in Dagbale means old man. It means old man. And the reason why I was named Dokurugu is because I was, when they gave birth to me and went through definitions to find out who I was, the results of the divinations came out that I was the return of one of the ancestors from my father's maternal lineage, which is a village we call Tichele. So I was reincarnated to one of the past chiefs of Tichele. That is one of the past ancestors. And his name was Nindo. So my names are a lot because, you know, I'm called Nindo, I'm called Dokurugu, and the name Prince Ayoko that everybody calls me, the name Ayoko, was given to me by my colleague when I was learning the welding job. And, you know, sometimes when they start to give you a new name, like a nickname, and you don't like it, then people will be using it to make fun of you. So one day I met a friend from the Volta region, and I asked him, what is the meaning of this name? Because it sounds like that name is from your language. So what is the meaning of it? And he told me that the meaning of it is patience. So that was what made me to accept that nickname. So when you come here and you call me the Krugu, people will know. When you call me Nindo, some people who are very close to me will know. And when you call me Ayoko, you will get to, you know, people will know. So first of all, my father was the late Myolna Salifu, who ruled our, you know, village for over 40 years, which is where I was born. And my grandfather was the late Lamashena Mumuni Lamashegu is a village, is a suburb of Tamale. And I even posted a video of the fire festival at the Lamashegu Chief's Palace today. So my late grandfather was the chief of Lamashegu, who also ruled Lamashegu for quite some time. And my lineage started from the beginning of the kingdom. So when I say my lineage started from the beginning of the kingdom, the originator of our royal family, the founder of our royal family, was called Nazanjina. Nazanjina was the king of Dagbon around the 14th century. And it was this Nazanjina who gave birth to Nagarba. When I say Na, it means king. So when I add Ya Na, Y-A-A-N-A-A, Ya Na, in Dagbale, Ya Na means the king of absolute power. So, yeah, so
let me ask you this then, because can you mute your mic, because can you see this message? So while I'm talking, we'll see if that helps.
Okay. So should I mute my mic?
Yes, I'm going to ask you a question, so mute your mic. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question, and then I'll mute my mic when you answer, because you've given us some wonderful history of your own personal lineage and how you're in the royal line. But this next question is sort of like it's not a fun question, but it is a fun question, because I'm going to tell you, here in the States, people still believe that, a lot of us, we still believe that you all in Ghana or any other African country, that maybe you don't have sneakers or ball caps or sweatshirts. So these are a couple of fun questions, because I watch your channel, and then of course I also watch Eat, Love, Migrate. You are operating some of the building projects on her channel, and then with Eat, Love, Migrate, and you guys are installing plumbing and water tanks, and you're explaining all of these different building projects and how they work, steel pipes and cementing and tiling and all of those things. So what I want to ask, this is the fun question: what did you wear today? Because right now you're looking regal, you're looking royal, but I've seen you in those videos, with a pair of slacks or shorts and a t-shirt. So this is what we want to know. What did you wear today, while you were out and about? And who did you see? What are some of the things that you did? Because people still think in the States that Africans just sing and drum, and they think they pound fufu, and then they eat the fufu, and they go to sleep, and then they wake up and they do it again. So just, Corey, did you?
Yeah, give us some real insight into what life is like in Ghana today. Because again, people think of Africa in the ancient context, historical context, but what is Africa? What is Ghana like today?
Yeah, so I'm going to mute, and you can go.
Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful question, which is very, very interesting to me. So when you come to Ghana, we have so many ethnic groups in Ghana, and each kingdom in Ghana has been, divided into so many languages. And the cultural aspects of Ghana, like in the cultural part of Ghana, the indigenous way of the Ghanaian, when you go to every society, they have their traditional dances. That is kind of different traditional dances. They have their traditional meal. They have their traditional attires, that is clothes that they wear. which is pure handmade clothes, like the one that I'm wearing right now is just 100% handmade from weaving to sewing. So including the hats that I'm wearing, all of this is typical Dagomba attire, which we call Bungma or Barbu. In English, they call it smock. And some in the Hausa language, they call it Fugu or Batakari. So in Ghana here, we have so many cultural differences. We attend to each other's festivals. We have festivals here as well. Each ethnic group has got festivals that they celebrate. They got food that they use as, they eat as an indigenous food, which is which is preserved from their culture. So in Ghana here, there is a lot of things that we have in common. There are some ethnic groups, they share the same cultural, they share the same cultures, like the Dagomba, the Nanumba, the Mamprusi, the Mosi, the Frafra, the Grusi, the Kusasi, the Wala. These are so many ethnic groups that is being, sharing of the same cultures for the past, several years, since the beginning of these our kingdoms. And the reason is that we all belong to one ancestor who originated from Nigeria to Burkina Faso, and then finally came and laid this foundation of our kingdom. He was called Touaje, the Red Hunter. So in Ghana here, when you go to the southern parts, the food they eat, their festivals, their languages, their clothing, like their dressings, their everything looks quite different from the north. But one.
So I have a question about that then. Oh, can you mute? Okay, so here's my question for you then. Like you're saying, during the traditional festivals, people dress in their traditional clothing, they have their traditional meals, but people here in the States, a lot of people here think that in Ghana or anywhere in Africa, that is everyday life. They're only speaking their native tongue, and they don't, they might or might not speak English, but I know the average African speaks 3 languages and more. So, and then of course, and I say the average African, meaning in all the different countries, most Africans, because they speak their native tongue, often English, that's 2, and then they speak other dialects, other languages. They speak more than 3 languages all fluently. So my question to you is, on an everyday basis, do people drive cars? Do you have hotels? I mean, I know Eat, Love, Migrate is building a project there so that people can come and stay, and it's looking fabulous. I've seen your work on that project with the tiling work, with the gardens, with the plumbing and everything. So my question, and this is our last question to you, I guess. The question is, what did you wear today while you were out, and what is the most popular mode of transportation? Because most people still think that a lot of people just walk. So what's the most popular mode of transportation? You can let us know. And then you can also let us know as far as, what you wore, or you can opt out to letting us know that you had on a t-shirt or a button down. It doesn't matter, but we do want to hear about transportation. Yeah. And that's our last question. I'll go ahead and mute.
Okay, thank you so much. As I already told you, when you come down in the north here, the common transportation that we have here is what we call the yellow, which is the tricycles. And quite apart from that, people has their own cars that they use. People have motorbikes, and others, use bicycles. And When it's not long distance, some people choose to walk. And when it comes to the hospitality industry, we have so much hotels in Tamale. We have so many guest houses in Tamale. We even have a hotel in Tamale here that can accommodate over 500 people. Yeah, it's called the Modern City Hotel. The Modern City Hotel, not only that one, we have so many big hotels here. There are some parts of Tamale that when you come, you will not even think this is Tamale. Yeah, when you get, we have some areas in Tamale, especially there's an area called Target, T-A-R-G-E-T, Target. When you go to Target and see mansions, you will think this is not Tamale. So the life that we live here is very simple. We live our life according to our limit. We live our life such that what you can afford is what you do. What you can afford is what you wear. Like your everything in life here, our daily basis here is said that even when you have like 1 Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to like $1, it can get you either dinner or either lunch or breakfast. There are some places, even when you take this 1 cedis, you can even use it to buy food and then take back your change. Yeah, because porridge, for example, which is our main breakfast here, porridge. Porridge is an indigenous breakfast that we use either millet, either guinea corn, either corn itself, or beans to prepare. So as low as 50 pesos, which is like half of 1 cedi, you can use that to buy porridge, which either when you take sugar, they will add sugar. When you don't take sugar, they will not add sugar. So the north of Ghana is a particular place where it's like much more economical to live, like lower to live with regards to our finances than any part of Ghana, because it is the north of Ghana that feeds the nation. The majority of the food that Ghanaians eat daily comes from the 3 northern regions of Ghana. And our lifestyle here is kind of interesting, because here when someone have like a new baby, the naming ceremony comes on the 7th day. So on the 6th day, kola nuts will be shared throughout to the community. It will be shared even beyond the community. And on the next morning of the naming ceremony of the new baby, everyone will be present to support the couples that had the baby. Some will donate soap, some will donate money, some will donate pampers, they will donate different kinds of things that they think will be supportive to the couples or the family. And then secondly, when it comes to our funerals, when someone passes on, right after the burial, right after the person passes on, either the person is young, the person is old, or whatever age, they would make sure that all the family members, including the neighbors and friends in general, will be invited. Like they will spread the message, they will spread the news about what happened, and within 30 minutes or within 20 minutes, the number of people that will be present at the funeral will be over 100 or close to 300 or even close to 400, depending on how long the news has spread. And it is, all these people will accompany the person that passes on to the graveyard, to the cemetery, for burial. So when they come back, they will say, each and everyone who has anything to contribute to this family should offer their contributions. So they would, everyone who can contribute, it's not a must. Everyone who can contribute will contribute to the family, because it is an unexpected issue. Death, as we know, is unexpected. So we are being supportive. We do that in our naming ceremonies, in our funerals, and we also do that in our daily lives.
Right. So Prince Ayoko, can you mute for a moment so I can? Okay, because I'm sorry we can't have the dialogue because of the interference, but this is wonderful. And what you're basically explaining to us is that your everyday life in Ghana, the way you support each other in life and in passing on to the next life, is that whole spirit of unity. The Kwanzaa principle today is unity for the first day of Kwanzaa, but Umoja. But like you're saying, everything that you're explaining today, from the cooperative economics, anytime you're saying that one Ghana CD, you can buy food and get change back, that's like, that's an economical thing. But I think one of the most amazing things, you could not hear Corey when you said that the northern region feeds the nation. That's where most of the agriculture is that services the rest of Ghana. That's amazing to know. And also good for people looking to move there, that the northern region is more economical, like you said, for finances. So this is, go ahead, Corey.
I also want to know if anybody caught it, but Africans are Africans around the world, whether you're here in the States or on the continent, because whenever we talk about diapers for babies, we say Pampers.
Oh, Prince Ayoko said Pampers?
Yeah, Prince Ayoko said you buy Pampers for the new baby. So that was pretty cool. That's cool. So Africans are Africans no matter where you go.
People are saying, yes, thank you, Prince Ayoko. I don't know if you could see all of the comments, but we had Kadisti Wilder. She says, thank you so much for connecting access to resources to daily lifestyle choices of dress, food, and career. And many thanks, Prince Ayoko, because she's Ethiopian. She traveled back and forth with her mom to home. And so she knows exactly what you're saying. We have Yaya Bey here saluting you. And,
Ethiopian Air, baby.
Yaya Bey wants to fly on Ethiopian Air with Corey because they just love the airline and the Ethiopian woman. And CH is saying nice reference back to Umoja. That's what this is all about, Prince Ayoko. I know we have to move on to our next guest, but
we will actually say thank you, Prince Ayoko, but we're going to get in touch with you behind the scenes because there's more. We want to bring you on to go more in depth, have a deep dive into a lot of cultural aspects of what you're saying, bringing it forward from the historical to the present day.
So I'm going to mute so that he can say thank you, and then because we don't want to just not hear him say thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for this special invitation. I send my warmest greetings to each and everyone who is on this channel right now. I can't mention names. There's a lot of people who are, saying, or liking what I'm saying. But there's one thing that I want to use to say a goodbye to all of us. You see, unity is what brings development. Without unity, we shouldn't expect development. It can never be possible. Togetherness is a must. The Black man is known for his supporting, or his contributions to the society. The only way we can live together to a certain level in life where we can call development, or what we can call development or unity and everything, is about working it out in your neighborhoods. Start to work it out in your neighborhoods. When you have your next door neighbor who is a black man or a black woman, at least greetings alone is the first part of respect in our African traditions. Greetings. When your next door neighbor has an occasion whereby even if you cannot contribute, at least just pass by and show some love. It is this way that we build community. Building community is about caring for your next door neighbor. when you are able to do this, it is said that charity begins at home. When you are able to do this, then you can extend your wings outside the neighborhood. And that is what? The unification. So reunification is a must for we blacks, especially we those at home and you over there. There is a lot of people who are coming to Africa, and what I will tell them, or the advice that I will tell them, is that there's a lot of things that when they come here, when they see, they'll be inspired. And sometimes when they see it, they'll be wondering, yes, that is Africa for you. There are certain things when you see it here, you'll be asking like, what is going on? What is going like that? It is what it is.
Right.
Let's try to be like supportive, loving within our neighborhoods. That is where the development starts. When you are able to practice it in your neighborhood, then there is no reason why you cannot extend it, or you can't, adjust it to any other levels in life. So I say a very happy Kwanzaa to all of us. I pray that the ancestors and the Almighty God will keep us united, will grant us with abundance of good health, knowledge, wisdom, wealth, prosperity, and above all, love for one another. I pray that everything that we are doing will not go in vain. And I pray that the next generation will live to survive and learn from what we are living for them. I pray that they would inherit something good from us and not something that will destroy or continue to destroy the black race. I say a very big thank you to you. May the ancestors continue to bless all of us. Thank you so much. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa to you, first, Ayoko. Thank you very much. We're going to put you backstage so that you can we can talk to you a little bit later on. And then we're going to tie right into what he was saying about unity. Today is the day of unity, and we always open our Kwanzaa celebrations with a Kwanzaa poem. So we're going to go right into our welcome poem with for Harambe for the holidays.
Now, this is a pre-recorded. This was a part of the production work, so that since we could not all be here at the same time, we had to record it ahead of time. So you are going to see a combination of behind the scenes and what was actually completed with the production. So we hope you enjoy this. All right, so I'm just going to make sure that we can all see it here. Let's see. And we're going to take ourselves out. So
Days in the house, again, Ethiopian Air. We got friends all the way down to Florida, New York. So everybody's coming in. And what we're going to do today is we're going to say Habara Ghani. What's the news? The news is unity, or umoja, or as Rick James would say, unity.
all right, I'm going to start playing it now.
By a ballet style, all three drums at the same time.
Nice.
Each year, we open the show with a poem.
It's a rhyming way for the kids to welcome people to the show.
Habari, what's the news? He's Swahili to one and all. Your answer to the call. Habari, umoja.
Show with a poem.
It's a rhyming way for the kids to welcome people to the show.
Habari, what's the news? He's Swahili to one and all. Umoja, the day of unity, is your answer to the call. Habari, umoja. Habari, umoja. 7 days, 7 candles, 7 principles to celebrate. Family, friends, folklore, and feast, the recipe for the unity comes create. Habari, audience, this is where you say umoja.
It means unity.
Habargani. Your turn, audience. Umoja.
Habargani.
Umoja. The first fruits of the harvest. In Kiswahili, we say Matunda ya Kwanzaa.
Now, let's swing over to Yoruba land, Nigeria, West Africa.
To greet you with my favorite welcome song called Funwa.
Funwa Alafia is the welcome song of Atumpan Edutainment, sung in the Yoruba language of Nigeria.
Students from Life Journey.
They help with the welcome poem.
But this is footage with the background image.
Yeah, I'll show some of the green screen footage.
I did want to say this. If you have a cell phone in the room, please put it on vibrate now. Football up here. In the Yoruba language of Nigeria, West Africa, football means give us. Alafia means peace. O'Shea is saying thank you to the Most High Creator. So when I sing Funwa Alafia, you out there at home sing back O'Shea. Atumpan Dance Theater. If you're ready, say, oh yeah, let's welcome on. All right.
The Funwa moves are really simple.
That makes it easy for audience members to catch on. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever dance with us on stage with Funwa.
The cool thing about Funwa Alafia is that it was composed by Babatunde Olatunji, a Yoruba musician from Nigeria. He actually composed the song to the tune of Little Liza Jane, a song that was sung by enslaved Africans in Louisiana before the Civil War.
You know, what was really cool about this Funwa is that we had Lance Thompson on djembe that night. Bonnie Barnes was on sangban. Of course, me and Cameron were on djembe, and you were playing what?
I was playing Dunun ballet style, all 3 drums at the same time.
Nice.
All right, guys.
That was our Habara Ghani poem, What's the News? Umoja. And our welcome song, Funwa Alafia.
Corey, they know it was Funwa Alafia because they were definitely letting us know. You know, Robin put her plug in there. She says, I danced on stage at the Historic Addicts Theater.
Yes, Robin did dance Funwa with us on the Historic Addicts Theater stage here in our hometown.
And I'm going to tell you some of the other people. Eat, Love, Migrate says this is so beautiful. We're just getting started, guys. We've got a little bit more for you. But Janine Hines Grove says, I've danced with you on stage for Funwa. Kadisti's putting a 1 in for Tonight. She's like, girl, y'all all been
on stage too, Kadisti.
Right. And so we had Auntie Yaya saying beautiful. Shawn Brooks, she's been on stage. She says, yes. Carrie, absolutely. Carrie's a performer. So, of course, yes, family. Shine Bright is putting a 1 because absolutely she was there all summer long. She's always on stage with us as well. And then we also have people saying thank you to Prince Ayoko saying blessings to Shine Bright because Prince Ayoko put a wonderful message here saying greetings once again to all of our families in this live chat and beyond. Thank you very much for the love you showed me. I appreciate you all. We appreciate you as well. Corey Robin also says her favorite funwa. Everybody loves funwa. And so, you know, we are having such a wonderful time with you all. We're going to move forward because this is not over. We have another guest.
We're going to let the good times roll on as we talk about self-determination with a very special guest. You may have seen her on our Blind Guy's Wife Their Life Live. She's a mathematician, a research mathematician. She's done a lot of great things in her community, and she's been able to achieve that through self-determination that was instilled in her by many different people in many different ways. So we want to welcome to you none other than a young lady who was taught by one of the members of the NASA computers who was featured in Hidden Figures. We're going to talk to Dr. Linda Bailey Hayden.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, family.
Hey, Kwaba, Habaragani.
Habaragani, Moja.
So, Dr. Hayden, you're here today to talk to us about self-determination. What does that mean to you? How does it reflect in your life?
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, you asked me to talk about self-determination, and I'm going to do that too. But I have to tell you that of all the 7 principles that I try to live by, I think Amani means a lot. Amani, which means faith, and is the last of the 7 principles. And I think it's the last because it tells us how to move forward. We have to apply those principles with faith. And I could just talk on and on faith because of the many, many times that I personally have stepped out on faith and have read that Hebrews 11, chapter 11, 1 through 2, that talks about, you know, what faith is. And then the rest of the chapter that goes on talks about all those individuals that we think so highly of, we're so successful, that they did that. Our ancestors did that by stepping out on faith. But that's all right. Let's show these slides.
Okay, so
Habari we're gonna pull together. Harambe, we're gonna pull together, and we're gonna talk about self-determination. It actually gave me the opportunity to learn a little more about self-determination, as a matter of fact. So I appreciate that, and I've enjoyed myself so far.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, because everyone is having a great time. Corey, just so you know, Shine Bright says her and Morgan were over there doing the Funwa dance along with us. James Coker says this is informative, interesting. And Jarrell Clark says Eli and I, those are our children that were on stage with us last time. They said they are having so many memories. Thank you for continuing to grow. People are welcoming you, so everybody is ready to hear from you. I'm going to pull up the slides.
All right, good. And hello, James. He's coming in. He's from Florida too.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yes, and you know, I know that you have been around the world with your work, but I'm sharing here the slides. Hopefully, you guys can see these. Just a second. I'm going to make sure that I pull it up so that it's full screen.
All right. Harambe, let's pull together and let's learn together about Kugli Chagalia. Next slide.
All right, we're moving.
Kugli Chagalia, meaning self-determination. It gives us the right to define ourselves and to name ourselves and create for ourselves and to speak for ourselves. That's our meaning of self-determination. It is, second slide, it is the second principle of the Ngugu Saba, as well as all the other 7 principles. It expresses itself in terms of commitment and practice. But on the second day, our families will light the first red candle that stands for Kugli Chagalia.
Yep.
This red candle is supposed to be symbolic of the efforts that our family and our schools and our communities make. And so this red candle reinforces the value of work and effort. Okay, next slide.
And then whenever you're ready to move forward, you can just say self-determination, because these Swahili words because our tongues aren't used to saying them, don't just move on forward.
Chagalia. That's
Yeah,
Kugli Chagalia. All right. All right. So we've learned that Kugli Chagalia means self-determination. And it allows us to create for ourselves and to name ourselves, but it also allows us to speak for ourselves. And before we learn to speak for ourselves, we really do need to make sure we know the answers to a few questions, 3 essential questions. And this is where I really would like some feedback from the audience, is as we learn about Kugli Chagalia, we want to share with each other just how we determine the answers to these questions for ourselves.
Okay.
So these questions are about history and culture. You want to put it into that context, not simply questions of your personal identity. You know, I'm a female, Black female sort of thing. You want to put it in terms of your history and your culture. So think about how you'll answer these questions, especially the first one. We'll just do the first one because we have, a limited time to do this, but think about how you answer this first question, who am I? And then we're going to put it into the chat for us.
Okay, so you guys put it into the chat and I'll be reading those comments. So they're going to be asking that question, who am I? Now, Corey, of course, I'll be reading it out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other questions, the second question is, am I really who I say I am? And the third question is, am I all that I ought to be?
Got it.
So let's go back, because there are some guides to how we can answer these. Like the first question, to answer the question, who am I, correctly, then you need to know and live your history and practice your history. So the second question, am I really who I say I am? To answer this question, am I really who I know I am? Is to have and employ a cultural criteria of authenticity. That is a criteria of what is real and unreal, what is appearance and essence, and what is culturally rooted and foreign. So,
okay, so I know we have people that are going to be answering in the chat, but what I do want to ask you, because you say, who am I, and am I really who I say I am? Now, I know for yourself, you said as a child, math was fascinating, and you just would love to have a chalkboard with math equations, and so the people around you helped to foster that, and so
they did. And it goes back to our history. Black people are traditionally great mathematicians. They created some of the best mathematics that is still being used today in our native country of Africa. They were fantastic mathematicians. And so I live in that history as well. So who am I? I am a mathematician, but I also am a mathematician who is standing on the shoulders of many, many Black mathematicians.
So when you went to these different African countries, I know you've been to, say that again, Corey?
Uganda, Ghana, Morocco, South Africa, Nigeria. Yeah, I've been blessed to go over there 8 or 9 times.
Wow. And
to
so
work with the students there, and those students are mathematicians and remote sensing professionals. So when I go there, I usually go there as to work with the African Remote Sensing Society. It's called RC. And that's where I meet some of the most fabulous mathematicians, people who are looking at remote sensing data to influence the growing of crops, the raising of animals, water quality issues that are there. And so again, serious mathematics going on that continent of Africa.
Got it. Now we do have people in the comments. They're just loving you, by the way. We have people, Jackie C is just giving you applause. My thoughts on everything. You know, he lives in the Netherlands, but he visited Ghana this year. He's going back. He says, sorry, I can only say, wow, greatness, greatness at work. And then we also have people chatting with each other saying, hey, Morgan and Sean, they're shouting out each other. You know, they're conversing. And so a lot of the people in the chat, they're like, you know, they're pondering this thing. They're not saying too much about, am I really living in this or in that?
Who am I?
And that's sometimes that's a tough question to answer on the spot. Sometimes you got to really sit back and
that's right. Who am I?
Yeah, who I think I am. And then who am I who I say I am? I know for me, I am a playwright, storyteller, a father, a husband. I'm many different things.
An uncle. Thanks to me, because Corey doesn't have any brothers.
I'm the only child, uncle. I'm a friend. So I'm many different things and I play many different roles in many different arenas.
And you know, that's one of the things we learned from our just watching other Africans, you know, talk about how you're not just one thing. When you ask a child, what do you want to be, Linda Bailey? You didn't say mathematician and that's it. You were allowed to say a mathematician, a mother, a friend.
That's right.
You know, all of those things that you are. So it's beautiful that, you know, we can put anything into the chat.
We can.
And we can determine who we want to be and how we
wait, I don't know if you
we have the right to determine who we are.
Okay, so there's some feedback a little bit. Did you want to move forward with the slides, or what do you want to do right at this moment?
Yeah, move forward with the slide. All right, so once we answer those questions, then we need to affirm a commitment and a practice to practice this self-determination. And that demands that we, African people, again, define ourselves, defend ourselves, and develop ourselves instead of allowing others to encourage us to do so. You know, I knew the history of the great scientists and mathematicians that were in my, you know, those people that I ran into every day at my high school. They were fabulous mathematicians. Christine Darden, who was one of the NASA computers, and Katherine Johnson. Those were people all around us. So I could tell that this was something that African people did and were excelled at and loved doing. So we have to, you know, continue to encourage others to do that as well. And I try my best to do that. Encourage others to know yourself and know your mathematics and become a problem solver, which is what mathematics teaches you to do. Okay.
Right.
It requires that we recover our lost memory. Okay. And again, shape the world around us in the image. Although a lot of people don't like mathematics now, recover that lost history. Know that your people invented many of the mathematics concepts that are in play right now, that are being used, and we couldn't do it without them.
Absolutely.
No. Okay. So then we want to speak for ourselves. So as far as Kuglichagalia is concerned, I say, let's practice it. Let's practice it today. Let's practice it every day.
Every day.
All right. And thank you for letting me share this with you.
No, thank you for sharing with us. This has been beautiful. And just so that you know, we have Cam Kelly saying, who am I? The drummer man.
Yeah, Cam Kelly, the man with the hands.
The man with the hands. We're going to hear him in just a few moments. Shine Bright said, I am an evolving melanin-rich goddess, proud of my Trinidadian roots. And Jara Root says, I always refer to the Lion King. Remember who you are. Oh yeah, Corey's got the voice.
Simba.
Yeah. We attach ourselves to powerful names, experiences throughout time. It grounds us. Thank you, Jara.
So thank you, Dr. Hayden, for joining me. And we'll see you tomorrow in your own personal family Kwanzaa.
Yeah. I've been cooking this pot holder that you made with your hands. So you're a seamstress, you're a mathematician, you're a world traveler, you're a mother, a grandmother. You are so many things, and we appreciate you.
So thank you for joining us. Love you too,
family.
Love you too.
All right. Any parting words, Dr. Hayden?
Just enjoy these 7 days that are given to us as Kwanzaa, and practice self-determination. And remember to go forward in faith.
Thank you. Now, I will say this. CH is saying, how can we get these slides? This was wonderful. So I don't know.
You can get the slides by purchasing them from Atumpan Edutainment for the low price of $500 per slide. All proceeds go towards Atumpan Edutainment and Dr. Linda Haley Bailey.
So Bailey Hayden.
I'm sorry.
And Expect to Go is saying, thank you, Dr. Bailey Hayden. You can let us know later if it's okay. If you give us permission, what we will do is we will put a link to them in the description box of this video. But we'll talk to you about that so that you don't have to make a decision on the spot if you don't want to.
All right.
And that way,
and a lot of this information is available online just by Googling Kuglichagalia.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much. We've appreciated you, and we will see you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to go forward with a popular Kwanzaa song that we sing in every Kwanzaa production. The Kwanzaa production, that song that we like to sing is Take Us Down the African Road.
So that means they're going to sing too.
Right. Whenever I say, you can respond with Take Us Down the Road, African Road. It's a song about the 7 Kwanzaa principles. You ready, Liquid Mary?
I'm ready. So guys, we're going to sing a very short version so that way we can bring in our final guest before you see the production, the stage play production of the successful day of fishing. We put a lot of work into it and we know you're going to enjoy it. So we're going to sing a preview. That way you can get used to the song. We'll bring in our guest and then we'll finish up.
Kwanzaa is a holiday.
Snap your fingers.
Kwanzaa is an African-American holiday. 7 candles, 7 principles, 7 special days, all African. Umoja, Kujichagulia.
Take us down the African road.
Ujima, Ujama Enia.
Take us down the African road.
Kumba and Imani.
Take us down the African road.
Sing it. Take us down the African road. Take us down the African road. We're going to take you down the African road as we talk about the Africa homecoming movement and Ujama, Cooperative Economics with Ms. Lisa Shepard of Diversity Restoration Solutions.
All right. Welcome, Lisa. Hello.
Lisa, we want to talk to you about the work that you're doing with the Africa Homecoming Movement and your upcoming trade mission in 2021 to the Gambia.
Oh, wait, we can't hear her. Unmute yourself. Unmute.
Sorry about that. I was so busy listening to the rest of the program, I forgot to unmute myself. But thank you so much for inviting Diversity Restoration Solutions to be a part of your celebration today. And on behalf of our president and founder, Eric Shepard, I'm here to say that we definitely embrace all of the principles of Kwanzaa, from Umoja to Kujichagulia, to Ujima, but I think the one that we really embrace the most is Ujama, cooperative economics. And that's what we're doing with our trade mission and heritage tour to the Gambia in the spring. Post-COVID, if everything is going well post-COVID, but here at Diversity Restoration Solutions, we definitely strive to build and rebuild those bridges to the African continent with our brothers and sisters. So it's in our DNA and heritage to do that, but because of the transatlantic slave trade and the things that have happened to us here, some of us have gotten off the path, but it's now time to get back on the path because things are happening and we need to reconnect to our birthright.
So let me say this. Because you said, we trying to build those bridges and we trying to do this. You got to really change that language because we know that you guys are not trying.
You're doing it.
No, have done it and continue to do it because when we met you because you were hosting a conference here in our area, and you had one of the ambassadors from the Gambia.
Zambia.
Was it Zambia? I thought that was well, either way, you travel back and forth to the Gambia, to Zambia, to Ghana, Liberia. I mean, so you're doing it, and I'm going to just share with you that people are welcoming you. Zenobia Ridley says, "Welcome, sister," and then of course Sonya with the Y says, "Who am I? An humble soul that was placed here to minister." She was through song because she was singing earlier, so she says she's saying thank you when you said you were backstage enjoying everybody and everything. Marvette Decree is saying blessings to all of you on this first day of Kwanzaa.
Dear Marvette. Dear Marvette.
We have people that are welcoming you. Felice Fan Britt says, welcome, welcome. And Felicia Brown is saying, awesome. Hey there, Felicia, glad to have you here. Should I share the slide?
Yes, thank you.
Because you were saying that we're only trying if the travel restrictions aren't what they are currently, but you guys are already doing this. So should I share the slide now, or did you want to talk more about it first?
You can share the slide and I can talk also. That's fine.
Okay.
I just want the audience to know, as you said, and thank you for that this is not our first rodeo, as some people would say. We've been doing this in the realm of reconnecting to Africa through trade and through cultural heritage since 2009, when we started the first Africa business conference here in the Hampton Roads area. And we brought in the first African ambassador for the African Union, Ambassador Ali, here to Norfolk. And we had her give a keynote speech on reconnecting back to Africa. And here since, we've always done something a little bit different. We started our trade missions and cultural heritage tours in 2011. We took first group to Ghana. But our president, Eric Shepherd, has been going back and forth to Africa since 2006. And at that time, he discovered that it wasn't just for cultural heritage. Because of his background, he wanted others here to know that they could do it too. There was opportunity for us to reconnect with our brothers and sisters in Africa, not to go over there and take over, but to build partnerships, build relationships. And that's that cooperative economics that we're talking about.
Now, can you tell us about the Homecoming Express?
Yes. Well, we are planning for this trade mission to charter our own flight to Africa. It's going to be called the Homecoming Express. And go ahead,
Lisa. Let me say this, because Corey keeps trying to shout out Ethiopian Air. He's trying to get you guys to charter this flight. And you say, yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
No, Lisa, make sure you're listening.
Yeah, babe. He's here to then charter the flight to Ethiopian Air.
Yeah, so Corey,
I'm right there with Corey on Ethiopian Air. I love that airlines. In 2019, in observance of the 400th anniversary, we took a delegation to the Zambia. And we went via Ethiopian Airlines, which was one of our sponsors, homecoming sponsors. And just the hospitality that you receive on that airline, and to see an all Black crew doing their thing. And it was just wonderful. So I give a shout out, Corey, to Ethiopian Airlines. And we're trying to work with them and see if they, will be a part of the Homecoming Express. But our goal is to charter so that we can go directly into the Gambia, because there aren't any direct flights there. You have to go through Europe, or you have to go onto the continent and then take another flight over. So with all that we've been doing, we hope that now 2021 is going to be the year where we can just take our future in our hands and charter that flight in. We can do it. It's just a matter of people want to do it.
Right. So I see here. Go ahead, Corey.
How can people get involved with the Africa Homecoming movement and with the Homecoming Express?
Yeah, the Homecoming Express. Go ahead. Yeah,
Homecoming Express is the chartered flight. And just a note, we hope to have that, if it's successful, we hope to have that in the future. So to continue to have charter flights until some airline wants to pick up a commercial flight. But we want to be in that space to be able to fill that need. But people can stay connected to us by going to one of our websites, which is called mubita.net, and that's MUBITA.net. And on there, you can contribute to the homecoming by supporting the Africa Homecoming Trade Mission and the Homecoming Express. All of this is done in honor and memory of Moses Grandy, who is my husband's ancestor from Camden, North Carolina, and also with connections to Deep Creek or Chesapeake, Virginia. And he's really the one who got this kicked off for my husband back in 2001 when he discovered his slave narrative. And from that point, he channeled Moses to be able to do what he's doing today. Moses bought his freedom 3 times before being physically set free. So there, he had to do the work when nobody else could do it. So that's that self-determination. So we have that self-determination going, and we hope others will begin to support. Even if you can't go, support by contributing and knowing that you're helping others to connect, and then maybe one day you'll be on that Homecoming Express.
And they can also purchase the audio.
Wait a minute, Corey. And I'm just saying that I don't even know why I'm encouraging you, because I do have mubita.net, the website there, so they can see what it says, and everything. And if one of our moderators can type mubita.net into the chat, then people can just click that link. I don't know why I'm encouraging you, but Kadisti is the Ethiopian person in the chat. And, she goes back and forth. She's like, yay, Ethiopian.
Yes.
We hope to have Kadisti on our Blind Guy's Wife Live weekly show every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This Thursday coming up. She's a very dynamic person, a dynamic mother, but also a dynamic academician who's doing lots of great things in the world of criminal justice. So we're going to be talking to her this upcoming Thursday.
Right. Now, so I'm here at mubita.net. This is where they can purchase that audiobook of Moses.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, Moses Grandy. And there's also a contribution button. And that way, once they click either of those links, then either to make a contribution or to get the audiobook, which is pretty fantastic. We purchased it ourselves, and we also thank you for gifting it to us as well. So, we have it and we've listened to it. But once you do either of those things, you're in the system, you're connected, you will get correspondence from Diversity Restoration Solutions about the trip, about the options and the opportunities that are available to you. We know that everyone cannot do everything, but it's a way to stay connected, a way to stay informed. And if you have someone else you can share it with, then that would be great. And in this season of Kwanzaa, the Swahili word is zawadi, for gifts. Yes. If you want to give a gift, this is a great way to do so. Purchase the audiobook or contribute.
Now, I'll say this.
She was about to say something. Go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, no, I was going to say it is, and thank you for bringing that up, because the gift of history is no price on that. And we have to go back and start learning our history through these slave narratives, because our ancestors left these gifts. They left their words for us to know and use as a roadmap. And when you do that, hopefully we can avoid the pitfalls in the future, because history is a predictor of the future.
And just so you know, everybody, the Africa Homecoming movement, they are really getting people over to get involved in trade and tourism in the Gambia, in Liberia, and in, help me out, this Zambia, and I mentioned Ghana.
Zambia and Ghana. We have different initiatives in each country. We call these our homecoming countries, where we've made connections on the ground. And we have different initiatives, from education to trade to agriculture to tourism. And we're all coming together in the Gambia in the spring. So you don't have to go to all those countries. You can meet our representatives and learn about different opportunities. And while you're there in the Gambia, you can take part in their great tourism industry and go on some great cultural heritage tours. Of course, everybody knows the Gambia from the famed book Roots by the late great brother Alex Haley. And we have our tourism team on the ground there who will be able to guide you on those. But it's about coming together. It's about coming together, everybody being there. And even if you can't go, maybe you have a group in your church or your community, or there's a network of businesses. Maybe you can pull together and send that one person and bring that information back. That's the cooperative economics we're talking about also. And then we have representation services for those who may not be able to go, but they want us to share information from that trip. You can get in touch with us about those representation services for a small fee.
So any parting words that you want to give us about Ujamaa or cooperative economics?
I just want to say the basis of that is probably unity, umoja, because we have to be together in order for all of this to come. And then iman and faith, we have to put our faith, we're out there. You know, we have to know that this is going to work. It has worked. Our ancestors are watching over us, and we are going to do this. The time is right. The doors are opening, just like the Red Sea is parting now. We have a short window to get together to do this, and we're going to do it. It is some way or another, we're going to do this. And we really thank you for keeping us in the loop, and we enjoy supporting you, and we look forward to coming back maybe in a couple of months to give you updates on this Homecoming Express.
Absolutely.
So everybody
wonderful.
Stay tuned to Blind Guides Fight Their Life live, because we will have the shepherds on to continue to update us about the African homecoming movement.
Yes, and just so that you know, XDMC says one love, family. XDMC,
One love.
Yes, he's a producer. Barnstorming Productions is his channel, and he works with a lot of the big industries, and he's looking at doing the same on the continent. I'm not going to give it away what country, but you know, he's one of those people that we can always connect with your organization about that legacy building with businesses and industries.
And he's a comedian as well.
He's a comedian. Oh my goodness, he is so fun. Corey said, thank you for being the bridge in this time. Much love. And then of course we have people putting the website in the chat. Thank you so much, Philip Waldo.
Thank you. And I will share all of this with Eric. Sorry he couldn't be with us today, but thank you so much for supporting his dream. This has been even before I say we moved here, because we're not from this Hampton Roads area. We're from Maryland. And this got started up there when we first wanted to honor the ancestors, and he discovered his ancestors' narrative. And it's just taken off from there. We've just listened to the ancestors, and they've guided us, and they'll continue to guide us.
Got it. Well, thank you so much. And, you know, hopefully you'll be here for the rest of the show. So if you want to go watch on a different device, we're about to play our production.
So
thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shepherd.
Thank you so much.
Ethiopian air, baby. Now, with that being said, it's time to keep going down the African road with the moment we've all been waiting for, the talents of Atumpan Dance Theater and the day program coming together with Sasaya and Master Drummer Yao Ababio from New York, putting all this together for the annual Atumpan Kwanzaa stage play. This year is always titled Harambe for the holidays, but the story adventure you're going to see is called A Successful Day of Fishing. I am the playwright of this production. Raquita Marie is the director, choreographer, and a whole lot of other things.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with us, people that are coming in from different places, Corey and I we are the founders of Atumpan Edutainment back in 1998. We did find Atumpan.
We found Atumpan.
Like we found it on the ground.
On the street somewhere.
Yeah. And so, you know, this has really been a blessing to us and so many other people. It's been a way for us to create community. And again, the way we do this production, this is sort of like that finale or that synopsis for the year, so that throughout the year we build stories. Corey writes the stories so that it's in a scripted form so that we can act it out. We workshop at different places. We learn dances throughout the year, like this year at the summer workshop series, the day program. They were putting on the 757 Unity Drum Circle. I mean, all June, July, and August long, even into September, we were out there. We even had a birthday drum circle for our oldest daughter. It was just phenomenal. So what you're seeing is a culmination of that. Different people that have poured into it, that have been a part of it, that have been pretty much practicing and rehearsing and communing all year long to make this happen.
So without further ado, it's time to welcome you into the creative world of Atumpan Dance Theater with our story adventure ballet entitled A a successful day of fishing.
Corey, you gonna start with the song, or are we just gonna jump right in?
Kwanzaa is a holiday. Kwanzaa is an African-American holiday. 7 candles, 7 principles, 7 special days, all African. Umoja, kujichagulia.
Take us down the African road.
Ujima, ujama enia.
Take us down the African road.
Kumba, Imani.
Take us down the African road.
Take us down the African road. Take us down the African road.
On we go in a far off land that we.
All right, we're gonna make sure you guys can hear it. We're gonna start from the very beginning.
Long ago in a far off land that we now know as Mali in West Africa, there once was a very small but prosperous riverside village. This riverside village had at its very center a bustling marketplace that were full of different merchants who were there to sell their wares every morning. Each morning at sunrise, the merchants would gather in the center of the square in the marketplace as eager shoppers came to buy goods that they needed. To attract the shoppers to their merchant stands, the different merchants had songs that they would sing to bring customers to buy from them. The basket merchants were there with hand-woven baskets, and they would sing, "The market is open, for shoppers we are hoping. Baskets, baskets, come buy some now." There were also merchants there with hand-woven fabrics that people could use to make clothing and household items. And to bring customers to their merchant stand, the fabric merchants would sing, "The market is open, for shoppers we are hoping. Fabrics, fabrics, come buy some now." There were also farmers there in the marketplace, selling lots of fruits and vegetables from their gardens and their fields. And so that they could get their customers to come and buy, the farmers would sing, "The market is open, for shoppers we are hoping. Fresh grown produce, come buy some now." The people were happy. The people were free. And to celebrate their happiness and freedom, they would dance the dance Fulafare around the center of the square.
Fulafare is a dance and rhythm. It's for celebrations, marriages, or rites of passages by the Fulani people of West Africa.
Kim Kelly is the master drummer from the day program. Laquita, you were playing djembe.
I was on djembe, you were on dununs.
And Bonnie Barnes with the day program was on sangban. What's the image on the backdrop?
Oh, you know what? This is a marketplace in Ghana. So when we go, we might be shopping on this road. Like this is a picture from nowadays.
You will be shopping. I'll find somewhere to sit down.
Okay.
Kelly, the master drummer of the day program, taught us the rhythm Fulufare as part of our Atumpan summer workshop series.
Oh yeah, that's true, because Atumpan, the day program, and the Sasaya has had a great relationship this year. We've had a lot of fun over the summer. And Yao Ababio, he's the founder of Sasaya. He's the lead choreographer, whereas he taught us the dance movements over the summer. I tweaked the choreography for this production.
As the merchants and their customers conducted their business, the merchants had to stay on the lookout for a sneaky little woman named Sasuma. Sasuma was the village thief. Sasuma was the type of person that lots of people know as trifling, because Sasuma did not like to work. Sasuma would rather climb to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro to steal something from somebody rather than stand flat-footed on the ground and earn an honest day's living through work. As the different merchants conducted their business, Sasuma crept around the center of the square. She first went to the basket merchant and tried to snatch one of their fine baskets. But the basket merchant saw her and said, looks like the marketplace is infested with one big rat. Let me get my broom and do some clean sweeping. And the basket merchant chased Sasuma away. But Sasuma ran right past the basket merchant and went over to the fabric merchant. And there she was trying to steal a bolt of fabric, but she was caught red-handed, and the fabric merchant chased her away. Next, Sasuma tried to steal some food from the farmers, but the farmers were on the lookout and saw her coming. And before she could make off with any of their goods, they chased her away. Once Sasuma had been chased out of the marketplace, the merchants and their customers returned to their business of buying and selling. But suddenly, in the distance, they heard the song of cuckoo, telling them that someone had had a successful day of fishing. Al cuckoo ni carabora, al cuckoo ni carabora, ni carafonterie, al cuckoo ni carabora, cuckoo, al cuckoo ni carabora, ni carafonterie. It was Sogolon, the fisherwoman, who was famous for always catching the biggest and the most fish. Sogolon went into the marketplace, where she sold fish for gold. She traded some fish for goods. And she was happy to share some fish with some of her friends. And to celebrate Sogolon's successful day of fishing, the people danced to the music of cuckoo.
Cuckoo is a dance and rhythm done for a successful day of fishing.
The djembe orchestra is led by a master drummer who plays lots of solos.
Yes, those are the rolls that play in and out of the rhythm. They accent the dancers' movements.
And the solos add dimension to the rhythm. main characters are Sogalone, the fisherwoman, and Satsuma the thief.
Oh, Sogalone's the good guy. Satsuma, or Sassy, is the bad guy. How'd you come up with those names?
Well, Sogalone is the name of the mother of a real emperor, Sundiata Keita of Mali. And Satsuma was one of her rival queens.
Oh, an actual historical reference. That's pretty cool. Well, you know, Cuckoo is now a general celebration dance performed by many cultures in West Africa.
As the merchants and shoppers celebrated Sogalone's successful day of fishing by dancing the dance Cuckoo, Satsuma the thief returned to the center of the square to resume her stealing. She had got a basket, and she was just about to make off with a few of the farmers' fruits and vegetables when she was spotted, and the people surrounded her. Satsuma, we are tired of your stealing ways. We are going to send you away to the chief and allow him to deal with you. Maybe he will toss you in jail. But Sogalone the fisherwoman took pity on Satsuma the thief. Sogalone said, no, do not take Satsuma away. It is not her fault that she does not know how to earn an honest day's living. Please, let me teach her the ways of being a successful fisherwoman like me. That way, she can earn her own living. The merchants gathered together and considered Sogalone's idea. And one of them said, Sogalone, are you sure this is what you want to do? We all know that Satsuma can't be trusted as far as you can throw her. What if she does learn to be a fisherwoman, but still goes back to stealing and robbing as she's done in the past? What will become of her then? What will become of you and your reputation? Sogalone thought long and hard. And finally, she said with a sigh, I will do my best to help Satsuma change her thieving ways. But if she does not change and returns to stealing, then I will go to jail right along with her. The people considered Sogalone's idea, and they agreed to allow her to give Satsuma a chance to learn to be a fisherwoman to earn her own living. Sogalone and Satsuma went to the river so that Satsuma could begin to learn the ways of becoming an honest fisherwoman. Sogalone said, come along, Satsuma. We must first start by building your traps so that you will have your own to do your work. The way that you build the traps is by cutting the greenest reeds you can find. That's what we will use to build the traps that you will use to catch your fish to earn your gold. Satsuma started to cut the reeds, but they were green and tough, and she found this was hard work that she didn't like to do. So Satsuma did what Satsuma did best. She started to goof off and daydream. And she daydreamed about hunting down a mighty lion. And the people gathered around her in the center of the marketplace square. To celebrate her hunt with a dance, Sofa.
Sofa is a dance and rhythm performed before and after a successful hunt.
This dance was featured in the opening of a show that the Day program produced back in February 2020.
Well, what about the two children, the cute little kids that are about to skip out on stage?
Oh yeah, that's cute little Sydney and Carter Rose, children of two of the adult performers on the stage.
Okay, so trivia question, put it into the chat. How old do you think they are?
84 and 85.
Oh, let me get this straight. Sasuma is goofing off, daydreaming about a successful hunt, dancers celebrating her. I thought this show was about unity, the Kwanzaa principle of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sasuma's just being trifling. She's not doing anything to Harambe or to pull together with Sogalon to catch any fish.
Okay, Harambe does mean to pull together. We should Harambe for the holidays. Kim Kelly, he's the dance instructor of the day program. Me, Laquita Staten, I'm the choreographer. Atumpan Edutainment.
Sasuma's daydreaming was interrupted by Sogalon. Sasuma, you're not doing any work. You must do some work if you want to share the gold. Sasuma looked about quickly and said, "Oh, I can't do any work right now. I was cutting these reeds and I hurt my back with all this bending and stooping, and I cannot stand up straight. I must rest." Sogalon looked suspiciously at Sasuma. Sasuma, you must share in the work if you want to share in the gold. Sasuma looked at Sogalon and said, "I am sharing the work, Sogalon. You're going to go ahead and finish cutting all these reeds by yourself to build my traps. And I've already gotten a sore back for you so that you don't have to." Sogalon could not believe Sasuma's foolishness, but she waved the woman on, and Sasuma went and lay beneath a tree where she rested her sore back and fell fast asleep. Once Sogalon had finished cutting all the reeds by herself, she brought them over to Sasuma and woke her up. "Sasuma, wake up! I have cut all the reeds. Now it's time to show you how to build your own fishing traps so that you can catch the fish to earn your gold. You must take the reeds and bend them into circles and then tie them together to make your fishing baskets." Sasuma tried and tried and tried to bend the reeds, but she found this too was hard work that she did not like. So she began to daydream once again about how she would be such a celebrated fisherwoman. And whenever she would come into the village, the people would always dance the dance Sente to celebrate her heroics.
Sente is a rites of passage dance of the Nalu people of Guinea, West Africa. This intro is a solo by the lead drummer.
Sasuma, snap out of it. You have to do some work. I've cut the reeds all by myself for you. Now you have to help build the traps. Satsuma looked around for an excuse and she cried, "Ow! I can't build the traps with you, Sogolon, because I have cramps in my hands and splinters in my fingers. What am I to do?" Sogolon looked at Satsuma suspiciously. "Satsuma, you must share in the work if you want to share in the gold that you're supposed to get from catching these fish." Satsuma snapped back. "I am sharing in the work, Sogolon. You're gonna go ahead and build all these traps for me, and I've already got cramps in my hands and splinters in my fingers so that you won't have to." Once again, Sogolon could not believe the nonsense that was coming out of Satsuma's mouth, but she shooed the woman away, and the lazy woman went back to sleep underneath the tree. Once Sogolon had finished building all the fishing traps by herself, it was time to place them into the river. "Wake up, Satsuma. It is time for us to swim out into the water to place the traps to catch the fish." But Satsuma was fast asleep and would not rise. So Sogolon called the other fisherwomen who were nearby, and they began to drag Satsuma to the river. As Satsuma was being drugged to the river, she began to sound a little like George Clinton in Parliament in the Funkadelics. "Sir Nose devoid of funk. I can't swim. Put me down. I hate the water. Let go of my arms and legs." But the other fishermen and Sogolon would not hear of it. They were just about to toss her into the river when she said, "No, wait, please. I really can't swim." Sogolon looked at her and said, "You must share in the work, Satsuma, if you're going to share the gold." Satsuma looked around for another excuse and said, "I will share the work. You go ahead and swim out into the river and place all those traps in the water by yourself. And if you get bitten by a snake or a crocodile, I'll die for you so that you won't have to." Sogolon was getting angrier by the minute, but she just walked out into the river and began to place the traps by herself, while Satsuma fell asleep under the tree once again. Passed by. And Satsuma was awakened with a mighty shout. "Satsuma!" Sogolon said, "Come, the fishing traps, they're being pulled by the current and the weight of the fish. We've caught lots of fish today. Help me pull the traps in." So Sogolon pulled on the traps and pulled while Satsuma was faking on three and was barely doing any work. But when the traps came out of the river, they were full of large fish. Satsuma rubbed her hands together greedily and thought of all the gold that she would get for her successful day of fishing. And she had done it all by tricking Sogolon into doing all the work for her. But Sogolon had another plan. Sogolon shook all the fish out onto the ground and began to skip happily away with the fishing traps. Satsuma said, "Sogolon, where are you going? We have these fish to take to the market to sell." Sogolon looked back with a laugh. "Ha ha! Satsuma, you go ahead and take those few little fish and sell them in the market to see what gold you will get. Me, I'm going to take all these fishing traps that you and I built to the market to sell them to the other fisherwomen. They're lucky fishing traps. Surely we'll get lots more gold for lucky fishing traps built by the great Sogalone, the fisherwoman. Sasuma looked at the fishing traps. A lot of them were beginning to break because of the water and the weight of the fish. They were slimy. They smelled bad. Who would want to pay good gold for baskets like that? But those fishing baskets had caught lots of fish, and maybe they did have the luck of Sogalone all over them. And the fisherwomen would pay good gold for lucky traps built by the best fisherwoman in the land. After some thought, Sasuma snatched the fishing trap from Sogalone. No, Sogalone, you did most of the work to catch these fish, so you go ahead and take the fish to the market to sell. I will take the fishing traps, and I will do my very best to get what little gold I can for the traps. After all, they are lucky traps built by Sogalone the Great. The two women tugged back and forth on the fishing trap. And finally, Sogalone let it go. Okay, Sasuma, go ahead and take the fishing traps back to the marketplace and see what the fisherwomen give you when you get there. Sasuma skipped away with the fishing traps, and she looked back at Sogalone and yelled, "So long, Sogalone, you sucker!" And she ran off ahead of Sogalone to beat her to the marketplace. Sogalone dragged her heavy load of fish back to the marketplace. And as she arrived, she saw a great commotion. First, she saw a crowd of angry people running. And in front of that angry crowd of people was Sasuma trying to escape for her life. The fisherwomen were running behind her with broken fishing traps, ready to give Sasuma what she deserved for trying to trick them out of their gold. Sasuma saw Sogalone and she ran over to her. She grabbed her around her legs and said, "Sogalone, help me, please." The other fisherwoman, "They've gone crazy. They say I've tried to trick them by selling them broken and battered traps. Help me, save me, Sogalone, please." Sogalone looked down at Sasuma and took pity on her and said, "I will help you, Sasuma, just like you helped me. Remember when we were cutting all those reeds at the river to build your traps and you got a sore back so that I wouldn't have to? And then remember when I built all the traps by myself and you got splinters in your hand and you got sore fingers so that I wouldn't have to? And then remember when I swam out into the river and placed the traps by myself and you said that you would die for me if I got bitten by a snake or a crocodile so that I wouldn't have to? Well, just like you helped me, I'm going to help you out right now. You go ahead and take this beating these fisherwomen are going to give to you, and I'll just stand by and I'll take your pain. So long, Sasuma. And Sogalone went on to the marketplace, and Sasuma ran out of the village and was never seen again. And when Sogalone arrived in the marketplace, she did what she always did. She sold fish for gold. She traded some for goods. She shared some with her friends. And to celebrate, the people gathered around and sang, "Sardines, hey, and pork and beans, 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 hey, and pork and beans. Hey, and pork and beans. Wrong era, wrong song. They said, a kukwe ni karaboda, a kukwe ni karaboda, ni karabonderie, a kukwe ni karaboda, kuku, a kukwe ni karaboda, ni karabonderie. Dance the dance cuckoo to celebrate Sogalong's successful day of fishing.
Hi, I'm Corey, the talented blind guy. I'm the playwright. I'm blind, I cannot see, my eyes don't work. Cam Kelly, the lead percussionist you're listening to right now, he uses a wheelchair. His legs don't work. But we've enjoyed working together in unity, or umoja, to bring this production to you as differently abled artists. We'd like to thank our talented production staff, our cast, our crew, for bringing this to fruition, as well as our musicians and our special community partners. Join the movement to continue the work of Atumpan Edutainment. Become a patron of Atumpan, or donate through Cash App at #BlindGuyHisWife. All donations go to Atumpan Edutainment Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit, and all donations are tax deductible.
So we needed this. We are true magic. You guys are killing it with the production. Thank you. That's what XDMC said. Love it. Tony goes in, giving the fire trucks. I'm gonna remove them. Wow, guys, you have been amazing. You guys showed us so much love today. Corey, XDMC said this was just beyond awesome. Made my day, so needed this. We are true magic. You know, he's a production person. He says, you guys are killing it with the productions. Thank you. Marissa Easter, she said, love it, love it, love it. Oh, Expect to Go. That's our productions guy. He's giving it love. Carrie Thurman, love, love, love you. LaShonda Brooks, great job, everyone. Global Green Books, so good. Jackie C just can't stop clapping. You know, Karen Pino is giving hearts, guys. Karen's children were on the stage. So yes, 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 we are not done. We have guests coming in. So I'm going to bring in somebody that y'all saw on the stage. If you're ready backstage, give me a thumbs up because it's time to bring you in here. All right. So because, hey.
Hey guys.
Hello, hello.
Denise Raton is the assistant choreographer with Atumpan Dance Theater. She's also featured. You can see her on the show, in the actual live stream on the show. Denise, you actually, it's so funny that a lot of times in the shows when you're not using animal characters.
Hold on, wait. I hear feedback. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Denise, you have another device on?
Is it me?
Do you have another device on?
I think I just stopped our other screen. I don't know if that was doing it. I'm going to talk a little bit while we figure this out because Tamaya Pack said, hey, from Destiny, Sanai and Royal. Hey. Wow, that they've been on the stage with us. That's a family that we love. Guys, this is so phenomenal that we can reach people that, you know, have been in productions with us and are still sharing the love. Lisa Jones, you know, she comes every year. She said, thank you so much for a wonderful production. I do still hear the feedback. I do. I don't know if it's
Hey, Sissy. Mwah. You still hear the feedback? Is it still feedback?
When we talk, we hear ourselves. That's what I was asking. Do you have another device on?
I don't. I just cut it off.
Okay, so Fanice Jara is saying, "Hey, Miss Fanice, beautiful."
Miss you.
Well, speaking of missing us, Karen says, "Miss y'all. This was awesome." Your Janine Hines Groves and wonderful.
That's my baby sister.
Oh, your baby sister, yes. And then Marissa Easter is saying, yes.
My cuz, all in the family.
You guys, this is your chance to ask questions about the production process and how we were able to get things done. We're here to answer questions. Fanice Baton is here to answer questions. Any questions you might have about the show and what Atumpan Edutainment and Atumpan Dance Theater, how we do it, we really get things done. Special shout out to James Whitehead. Expect to go. He was a videographer and editor that helped bring this to fruition.
Now, just so that you know, he put in some work. Sunnyside Studio is giving love. Just so that you know, Fanice, Sunnyside Studio is Abigail with Jamestown. So, yeah.
Right.
Yes, and then Sidis Safaris said, very nice, educative, and entertaining. You know, this is what we do every year, guys. This is nothing new. We ain't new to this. We true to this, right, Fanice?
That's right. That's right.
So, Fanice, tell us about your experience with this particular production.
And how it's different from other productions you've been in with us.
And then finally, Fanice, I'm going to mute while we talk because Sonya with the Y says it's best to use an earpiece. And so, but we're going to mute while we talk, so that way, you know, you can talk and you can see here that your family.
My niece, yeah.
And
not Pittsburgh.
Go ahead. I'm going to put this person on the screen and you talk.
Okay. So hopefully this is better. There's no reverb, but so this is like my. I don't know how many years is my Atumpan experience in Harambe with the holidays, but
it's been since 2011 that we've been doing it this way. Yes.
Okay, so what's been different this time is having the opportunity to still get together, of course, in smaller numbers, but load out. Completely different. There was no load out, load in, load out. There was none, except the one day that we had to put up the green screen at the Croc. But other than that, it's what's been exciting is
wait. Just so that you know, we do not hear the feedback, so we think it's us. We're going to stop right now, and I'm going to leave that last question back on the screen so that as they pop up, you'll see different people's questions. And don't worry about mentioning any of those locations. We're going to save those for, you know, an exciting trivia at the end. Okay.
Got it. All right. So, hey, Shine Bright, I saw you. So, yeah, so this was exciting because we've had the opportunity to still put on a quote unquote live production because, yes, we were all together. We were putting it up, but upstairs, James was awesome. I'm sorry, I had to say that because I couldn't remember last name. But James was awesome and working with us. And what's been special for me this particular time, my granddaughter, she has been in the audience and has come up on the stage and performed with us a couple of times, and my grandniece. But this time she actually, little Rosie, had the opportunity to be in the live. I'm so proud of her. She did a good job. And so, yeah, it's been a really good, awesome time. Elijah says, how long did it take to produce the whole video? Wow, we had a number of sessions. I want to say maybe October, November, we had a few sessions. And
so for right here, I want to interject so that you can not just tell people about producing the video, but the experience normally, how many rehearsals compared to what we did this time too.
Sure.
And then Corey wanted to say one more thing.
No, ladies and gentlemen, she did say her granddaughter. Yes, Fenice, if you look at it, you will know it. Fenice is 68 years old.
No, she's not. All right, so go ahead on and answer the question. Y'all don't believe the hype.
So I'm always the old person. Yes, I am. It's all good. I can take it. But so yes, so this time we were talking about the production, right? This time we were having to do takes over and over, like to get this shot, and then we would have to remember, you know, what position we were in or what prop we may have set. Hey, nephew. And then whereas what's different with the actual stage rehearsal is same thing, having to run over and repeat. But what was different about filming is that you kind of had to remember maybe the exact gesturing that you may have done in the first take, so that when the videographer got together to link it up, that it could exist the right way, for want of a better way of saying it. Granddaughter. Ooh, in my 20s. Okay, I'll take that. Thank you, XDMC. Yes, granddaughter. I have 3 grandchildren, actually.
Oh, yes. And so, Fenice, if you can mute your mic while I talk. All right.
Maybe.
All right. I know it's somewhere in there. Your hair looks great, by the way. All right. And so also we have Marvette Decree, your sister, saying it's a family affair. Excited to see my grandniece, Rosie, join the cast officially. So I want to also chime in on Elijah's question, because regarding this video production, you know, I do some editing, but I don't have the quality that Expect to Go has. And so Upstairs James, as we affectionately call him, he has a channel. So guys, if you are a gamer, this is the channel to go to. They live stream, they have competitions and contests. And tell them a little bit about it, Corey, because Upstairs James is a producer, but he is dynamic.
Upstairs James is at least one of the people I wonder how he called Upstairs.
Don't tell him.
I'm not gonna tell him. Upstairs James has his own YouTube channel, Expect to Go, and I
have it on the screen so they can see it. Yep.
He does a wonderful job. He and his wife. What they do is they actually give tips and talk about upcoming events and host events that are centered around the Harry Potter. I forget what the game is called. It's a Harry Potter game, kind of like the Pokemon Go game, but it's all about the wizardry world of Harry Potter. Wizards Unite. That's what it's called. James, their channel is really, really dynamic. Sometimes they spin a wheel, and James ends up doing one of his many pirouettes.
I think it's Tuesday's Twirl is what they call it, because James is like one of those multifaceted brothers that he grew up playing football. He studied ballet for 15 years. Meanwhile, he does productions. He's a dad. He's a husband. He's a brother and uncle. This dude is phenomenal. He's a son. And so, yeah, I've seen him do pirouettes and twirls or something on the Tuesday Twirl on their gaming show, but during their live streams, people will request them.
His only flaw is that he likes Dallas in professional football. Oh. But we're going to not talk about that today. But actually what I'm going to say is...
Fenice is looking, giving you the side eye. Fenice, I'm going to mute myself. Please say something right there.
I mean, it's all about Pittsburgh, so I don't even know why you mentioned those Cowgirls. I'm muting.
All right, Fenice. So we are back to just to talk a little bit more about this production work and to answer questions from the audience, because this is our feedback and talk back session. Fenice is one of the adults that was on the screen. Expect to Go was the person behind the camera filming this. I don't know if you can see those shadows behind us, but some of the performers are on the other side of that wall back there. And so, you know, of course, this is a family affair, and we have adults, we have children, we have teenagers. We make sure we use everyone that we can. So about this production, Kadisty Wilder has been a part of it. She says, "Peace, Miss Bernice, we miss you." Mm-hmm. And, she's been on stage before where we rewind and we go forward, and then we rewind and we go forward. The nice thing about this year, to answer your question, Elijah, is that once we did one thing and we were done with it, we did not have to go back and revisit. And so that part was interesting, and it was refreshing, actually. And so, Jamel Slater says, "True, you are," because someone said absolutely wonderful. And then someone else said, "You look like you're in your 20s. So we're going to attach that, just so you know. Sonya with the Y is asking us to move to Florida so she can perform with you guys. Sonya with the Y, we performed together when she was here in the Hampton Roads area. Corey, just to let you know, Marvette is sending love and expect to go. Upstairs James says, "A great group of performers and storytellers. It definitely takes one to know one, and that is the benefit of working with a performer, is that he understands the industry, he understood certain angles, and he was able to really give people insight. He was coaching from the sidelines. When we asked him for his input, he gave it. He was very reserved. He didn't want to take over, but he got into the groove. Yeah, he really got into it, and we appreciate you for that, James. It was impactful. Thanks.
I'll tell you a funny story about James. We hosted
Upstairs
James. We hosted one of the actresses from the Black Panther movie, Miss Dorothy Steele, the one who said, "The merchant tried, we're not challenged today."
There were several lines. You can't talk like her.
I know. And then she was like, "The continent does not need our water right now. We need a king." When she saw James doing the video work, she said, "Good grief." She said, "You bought the videographer and the security all in one." Upstairs James is a big buff dude, so
Diesel.
Yeah, the real Diesel. Well, yeah.
Well, just so you know, Corey, ex-DMC of Barnstorming Productions, he's a productions guy. So he said he just subscribed to Expect to Go. Always looks forward to supporting a fellow gamer, geek, and Black genius. I'll look past the Dallas fan part. No one's perfect.
Thank you, ex-DMC. And ex-DMC, we want to work with you too. So we'll try to get in touch with you behind the scenes, because we got some work that we want to do with you as well. But yeah, I think that this was, back to the production, I think this green screen technology allowed for a lot of flexibility. And it also allowed us to bring in some educational points, like that picture of modern day Ghana that you found online. It allowed people to see what Africa looks like today.
Bernice, you can unmute yourself, and that way, if you'd like to talk about that, because we have people here that have truly enjoyed the show. So I'll unmute, and if you can talk a little bit about the set versus the green screen, because your husband is a builder. He has his own contracting company, and you can explain about, he's helped us with our sets in the past. You can explain the difference in using a set versus the green screen, your experience and all of that.
Yeah, sure. So in building a set, just in theater, period, you have, it's what I was speaking to earlier was the load in, that can take, and that's an all day event, really. You have to go and retrieve it from your storage, bring it in, set it up, and then dress the stage, and then after you've performed, you've done 2 shows, you've been in the theater all day. Usually in that same night, because it costs to be in the theater, you have to break it all down in that evening. So, it's an all-day affair, but, the difference in having the opportunity to have a green screen, that's production time not spent. So, you have time to really, run through a piece again, or do the dance again, and re-speak the lines. So it's not as time consuming on the front end. I'm sure on the back end, where you're producing and putting the video together, it takes a lot more time. But I think that in itself has made the production different. And as a true performer, you do miss the sound of the audience when they give you that booming applause at the end of Funwa, or having the opportunity to bring, you have a surprise person someone who's danced with us from years ago, you go out in the audience to bring up. You do miss that part of it, but it's not gone. Just to see everyone chiming in with their live chats here today has kind of filled my heart the same way.
All right. So if you can mute. All right. Thank you. I know we have these feedback issues. I don't know if you have headsets, but I know sometimes that fixes it. So it's no problem if you don't, because we already know what to do. We're solution oriented. So another thing that I wanted you to speak a little bit about is your performance history, because, we work with all levels of people. At least I do. Corey is a sports person, and he's like, if you can't play, you ain't on the team. Corey will throw you in the trash quick, right? Scissors out, cutting people loose, everything. But, I always say, well, let's make room for everybody, regardless of their talent, regardless of their knowledge or abilities and all of those things. I didn't grow up as a performer, as an athlete, as being a part of a team in that respect. But I definitely, from different life experiences with my family, we went to church a lot. I saw that coordination of things, where you get in, where you fit in, and all of that stuff. So I want you to speak to your experience as a performer. How long have you been performing? What's your experience? And then, relate that as well to your experiences with Atumpan.
Yeah, what was it like performing back in 1905?
You know what? Let me tell you something. Don't listen to him. What I do want you to mention also, because we talked about Funwa from Pearl Premise, and Dr. Premise was one of the people that brought the choreography or the dance moves back from Africa, and you actually had a chance to perform with her or be one of her students in a workshop, a dance experience with her. So, give us some of your background and your experiences with Atumpan in comparison, because I don't know, like I said, I haven't worked with other places to know how it's been for you with Atumpan, if Atumpan has been far superior than everywhere else. I have no idea. So you just, let us know your experience. I'm going to mute myself.
Sure. Thanks for that. So, I've been a performer most of my life. The wee age of 3, I started out with a community dance group, started with ballet, and decided that that's what I wanted to do secretly. When I went away to school, I was going to be a physical therapy major and minor in dance, and then decide to blend those later. But after I got to school, I decided, oh no, that's too much science for me. And I wanted to dance. And so I auditioned, that summer that I was there for my pre-college session. And 4 years later, got my degree in dance and choreography, and moved to the Washington, D.C. area. And that was where I had an opportunity to perform with Dr. Premise. And she was celebrating 72 years of dance, and they hired community dancers along with Howard University students. And we had the opportunity to perform with her on the Kennedy Center stage, So I've been in numerous productions all through college, but also performing with artists in the Washington, D.C. area, in Rhode Island. We've just all over, and traveling with you all with Atumpan up and down the East Coast. So performing just is a part of who I am. And so let's see. We were talking about my experience with Atumpan it's different. Sometimes you are with an all adult cast. When we did the stage production, Peter Wheatstraw's Revival. So that was an all adult cast, and that was a completely different experience than performing with, a family friendly group. But there's always something for everyone. I remember one year performing with Atumpan. I couldn't do the actual performance because I couldn't make enough of the rehearsals to feel like I was, being a part of the production as I needed to be. So I worked backstage one year. And so from house manager to stage manager to lighting and the technical part of it, there's so many facets that go into doing a live show that, oh, my parents are watching. Thanks, Sissy. Hey. But so many facets that go into producing a show that even just doing, I say just doing, but doing a live stream, there's so many different facets that one can throw themselves into to put a production out. So, yeah. Hey, nephew.
Girl, listen to your nephew helping Corey.
Let's see, don't do it. Don't do it, Pierre. But then see, I done lost my train of thought. The old lady did. Doggone
it. So mute yourself. I'm going to put another question up from the audience. All right, so thank you, Fanice. So since we can't talk at the same time, we'll just play the mute game where we go back and forth. But we do have another question from the audience. Jara Clark says, how does it feel to watch the show live along with everyone else? Because that's something that we never do. We're always on stage. And I will say that one thing for Corey and I, because we have written a lot of shows for other theater groups, we've been commissioned to do so, barely paid to do so, but we're not going to talk about that part today. So we've been commissioned to do so. So we always write ourselves into the show because at least we have that memory, at least we have that experience, and we have that credit.
And I'll say this, and I'm not doing this just to brag, but of course, what we like to do is just change the narrative of what it means to be disabled to differently able. When Fanice was talking about light cues and backstage, people get amazed and they find out sometimes, like with the P.D. Weekstraw play, I wasn't in it, I wrote it. But I actually was sitting in the booth calling the light cues. Mm-hmm. I was calling the sound cues. I was calling the music cues. I was calling the microphone, turn this mic on, turn this mic off.
Because the show, like Fanice was saying, you can always lend your talents wherever. So watching it for me, watching it with the audience, mm-hmm. I think this is one of my first times doing so. So it was definitely fun to hear the comments as they happened, and especially for our own production with our own theater company, not dance theater company, I should say, but not necessarily with another company. This is a community effort, a team effort. So that's the part that I really enjoy because we've had such great people to pour into us, like upstairs James, And Corey, I don't know if you want to go ahead and mention some of the other places that were wonderful, but I'll mention this one. My mama says, Mama C and Dad enjoyed the show. So guys, that's my mama right there. That's my dad you see on the picture, old vet too, because both of my parents are veterans. And so they say, much love to you all and my beautiful children, grandchildren, and great-grand. So, they are just, these are the true, when you guys see David and Christine Brooks in the credits, that's Mama C, because they pour into this production every year with being stage managers and some of those roles.
Yeah, Mom, my mother, I call her Mom, affectionately Mom. She's helped with costumes, props. She
creating things, not just managing.
Them, creating them.
Well, you got to say all of it. Buying.
She got purchases with that magic price gun where she can get a whole Bentley car for $2.50. And this one you can actually drive. And then, for her not purchasing things, she's making the props, making the costumes, delivering them, helping them manage them backstage at times. She's helped get, when Christiana and Camille were babies, getting them on and off stage when they wouldn't stay on there.
Oh my goodness. One year we were on stage and we always try to have our kids in the productions. And Coco was 2, I believe, or she might have been 1. And right after Funwa, because everybody was on stage and she started crying. And so we said, oh, it sounds like this child needs a grandma. We sent her right down stage and she was watching the rest of the show with the audience. Corey Cadisti posted here, hi, Miss Fanice from Sonite, because, Sonite has been on stage since, I think, one of the earliest pictures, Bunny our oldest daughter was 3 and Sonite was 5. They had been in a parade with Atumpan, walking down the street at the ages of 3 and 5 tonight, working.
My father-in-law, I can't forget my father-in-law, when we did Roots of the Withered Tree, which is another show with the all-adult cast, and it was another Kwanzaa play. And when we did Roots of the Withered Tree the first time, he actually helped, with the set, bringing stuff in, loading the set in, loading the set out.
Oh, yeah.
So he's been involved on several occasions as well.
So I'm going to go to one more question because our audience is asking. Just so you guys know, Justine Root says, "Hey, family, great to see you. I am loving this African flyness." Thank you, Justine.
Justine!
Guys, Justine is an Olympic swimmer. Her daughters are Olympic swimmers, and so they swim alongside Olympic swimmers, but they compete as well. So she is phenomenal. She's a water safety person. She's amazing, and we love her.
And she swam from Alcatraz.
Oh, she did.
Trying to escape, but they caught her and took her back.
Anyways, she did swim from Alcatraz, but with the group for fun, not for escape purposes. I'll go to this next question. Pierre Bingaman says, "Who developed most of the wonderful choreography?" So Corey's hand is up, but Fanice, I'm going to mute myself so that you can answer some of the collaborative efforts that went into the choreography.
So I've been an assistant choreographer with Atumpan for a few years now, and I didn't train mostly with African dance, so that hasn't been my expertise, but I've learned over the years. And so Laquita Marie and special guests that we've had come in from the community all over, actually, who've participated. Laquita, you can help me better with the names because my mind is missing, but yeah.
We have definitely want to let people know that we had Cam Kelly, and people get surprised when they find Cam uses a wheelchair, but he actually still teaches dance.
And he's the first person that my children, even though they were born with the mom who was teaching them dance, it wasn't until they met Mr. Cam that they first said, "I have a dance teacher." And it would shout out Cam Kelly.
And I'm like, "What's up with that, son?" The Cam was from Brooklyn, so I'm always, "What's up, son?" And so
my vet saying she's praying for you, Corey. She know you got problems, so she's praying for you.
I got him.
Don't point. I can see you pointing over here.
But yeah, Cam Kelly from the day program has taught dances and Laquita has taught dances. And this year we had the special benefit of having Yao Ababio from Asasaya Dance Theater up in New York. He came down and did several different workshops with them over the summer. So those are some of the people that are responsible for the choreography. Now,
thank you, Justine. She says your choreography is beautiful. And then, Corey, just so that you know, Miss Toya, her daughter Fair.
Hey, Fair.
Good to see you guys. And so, this is another part of the Atumpan family. Miss Toya has worked with us in the past. We've always
Historic Addicts Theater.
Yes. We've always heard about Fair, so it's great to see you here, Miss Toya. And then we also have Expect to Go shouting out Cam the Great. So I'm going to just kind of give you guys a little bit of a synopsis of how, just a synopsis of how the choreography works. Because the question, and this is going to wrap it up for us because we are coming up on the end of this production. You can always go back and rewatch. We will be posting just the video another time, and of course you can always go back and scroll forward if you just want to see the production because it's something you want to rewatch. So on to the choreography. The way this works is, like Corey said, we have different people that will come in and teach dance. The thing about any traditional dance with African dance is that you learn the dance moves, but you can still use your creative forces to create the choreography. So you don't have to use all of the dance moves. You can also use what you have as far as if you want to highlight 3 movements, you can do that, just like you would with any other dance genre. But specifically with African dance, the drummers, they accent the dance moves, the dance movements.
The djembe orchestra.
The djembe orchestra does. And so depending on which drummers you have and what the talent of your drummers are, it kind of, sometimes it affects what you can do on stage. So in our case, over the summer, for example, sometimes we had 10 to 15 people that might have been learning a dance. That with these limitations about who could be in a space, we had to change up those groups. And we said, okay, well, if y'all taught us these dance movements, and now we are at WHRO Studios, and it's not as large of a stage as this other theater, then we now have to condense it to 5 or 6 people, and we have to figure out how we can move in this space. And that was my job, to figure those things out. Cam, if we forgot something, Cam would definitely give us a step. He would explain it to us, show it to us. He is a phenomenal instructor with the day program. So don't forget, subscribe to the day program's YouTube channel. They are just phenomenal. You will get wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff.
And a special shout out to Barbara Ham Lee.
Absolutely.
Another View. She has her own radio show on WHRO. She also has her own marketing consulting firm called Sharing Information. So don't forget, thanks to Barbara Ham Lee. And we want to thank Mr. Greg Carter over at WHRO Studios, who helped us with access to the television filming.
He was just wonderful. You know, Expect to Go or Upstairs James, he is the, you know, he went into the studios and he was asking Mr. Carter about different things. And they were like kids in a candy shop.
James went from being, well, I'm not gonna say his real age, 30-something to being like 5. Like, oh, is that a 350Z XYJ camera? Oh,
looking at the studio, all the behind the scenes tech stuff that I'm clueless. Like, you know, for me, I am not that tech literate, but Greg Carter was great there. So, you know, so many people just poured into this production, as they do every year. And we accept your applause, Marvette. We're going to turn this over to you, Fenice, to see if you have any last words. We got to say this. This is our children's hyphen. He would punish us if we didn't do it full out, because he would make us do push-ups.
Yeah, talking about Cam Kelly.
Yes. So if you are learning from Cam says, look, you either go hard or you go home, or you go hard and you do push-ups, okay? And thank you for that shout out to Mr. Carter. So Fenice, I'm going to turn it over to you. Any final words from you?
Sure. I wanted to go back and make sure that I answered Jara's question about how it felt actually watching the production. And I was just saying this the other day to my daughter, that sometimes when you go to a stage play, because I'm from a performance aspect, I may say, oh man, that lighting cue was awesome. You see how that came up? And someone else may not be watching that. So, but this morning, knowing that the show was going to go live today, the whole ritual of getting yourself ready, and as you would when you're going on to the stage, you know, preparing your makeup, you know, Laquita gave me a shout out for my hair, you know, I did all of that, you know, it was like, ooh, I'm going on live. But when you're performing in the moment, it's like there are no take backs. So you miss a step, you miss that step, and you gotta grab it at some point. And also, but looking at it in the video or putting it together in the video, okay, we need one more shot of this. And you may make the same mistake, but the art of the video, oh my goodness, it might just smooth it on over and you miss it, you know. And then you also get to see the whole production. So that's been a nice part of sitting back and seeing the production as it comes on. But guys, I just want to thank you for this opportunity over the years. It's been absolutely wonderful working with you guys. How you pour into your community, how you pour into each individual that is a part of production. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to hang on and go along for the ride. It's been awesome working with you all. It's been fabulous, really, really. Been a blessing. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Fenice. We are going to say goodbye to you, and we're just going to close it out with our audience members.
You can hang out backstage, and we'll talk to you after the broadcast ends. But Fenice, we want to thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for being part of Atumpan Edutainment as well. Well, guys, thank you for joining us for the 2020 Harambe for the Holidays Successful Day of Fishing live stream Kwanzaa. We hope that you enjoyed everything that we presented to you. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, you can go ahead and do that. You can also join the movement If you want to join the movement to make sure that we continue the artwork, the work of art that we're doing with Atumpan Edutainment, you can donate by becoming a patron. You can donate through Cash App at #Blind Guy His Wife.
It does go to our 501c3 nonprofit organization, Atumpan.
So don't forget, every day, all day, 365, make sure you Harambe or pull together.
So let's finish with our Harambe Creed. You guys repeat after me and we'll all finish this together.
If it is to be,
if it is to be,
it is up to me.
It is up to me.
I feel good about myself.
I feel good about myself.
And I feel good about the people around me.
And I feel good about the people around me.
Because I walk with good.
Because I walk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I talk with good.
And that makes me feel.
And that makes me feel
real good.
So you got to do that again, Corey. Stand up a little bit so they can see you real well. We're going to repeat it and we're going to do the movements.
And that makes me feel.
And that makes me feel.
Real good.
Real good.
Good, better, best.
Good, better, best.
Never let it rest.
Never let it rest.
Until your good is your better.
Till your good is your better.
And your better is your best.
And your better is your best.
We must make history.
We must make history.
We must be great.
We must be great.
Lose not courage.
Lose not courage.
Lose not faith.
Lose not faith.
Step forward.
Step forward, everybody.
And this time, put your hand in the air.
Let's all pull together.
And you pull and make a fist when you pull down.
All right.
And you're going to shout Harambe. And we'll do that 7 times. Ready? Let's go.
Harambe.
That's 1.
Harambe.
That's 2.
Harambe.
That's 3.
Harambe.
That's 4.
Harambe.
That's 5.
Harambe.
That's 6. Now, this last one, you're going to hold out as long as you can the Harambe and then pull down. Ready? Go. Harambe.
All right, you guys. This was wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and happy Kwanzaa to you.